Centered on the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. Both Iran and the U.S. now calling for war reparations. The U.S. keeping up pressure on sanctions, too. Here's ABC's Stephen Portnoy.
The sense generally we have here is that the administration believes that with economic pressure, Iran will somehow come around. The president put it this way in his interview with Axios yesterday. It will work out. It always works out. He said it's like a chess game. In an interview over the weekend, Vice President Vance pointed to sky-high inflation in Iran as an example of how that pressure is working. But what's so interesting is the change.
In Western Colombia, more than 100 have died following today's major earthquake. The U.S. and other countries pledging to send resources and aid. The contiguous U.S. recorded its hottest month on record in July. According to NOAA, last month averaged 76.89 degrees across the lower 48 states. This is ABC News. Jury selection underway today in the murder trial of rapper Tupac Shakur. It comes after a break in the case, 3 decades after the fatal shooting of the West Coast rapper. Prosecutors alleging that the murder was a hit.
Las Vegas prosecutors say they can prove the murder was orchestrated by one-time South LA gang leader Dwayne Davis, street name Keefe D. Davis spoke exclusively to ABC News from inside jail.
I'm innocent. I ain't killed nobody.
But for years, Davis has boasted about his alleged involvement in Shakur's murder. He even published a book admitting to his role in it, a book he now says he didn't write. Davis now pleading not guilty to 1 count of murder.
ABC's Alex Stone. More than 100 large wildfires are burning and taxing fire crews across the U.S., the majority of them burning in western states. Crews estimate there are more than 3 million acres burned, nearly 50 fires burning in Oregon and Washington state alone. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
And speaking of those wildfires, Governor Ferguson has praised the federal government's response to the ones in Spokane. Now, he's got an even bigger ask. We'll get more on that in just a moment. But first, here's Nate from the traffic desk.
Hey, thanks, Frank. Linwood to Seattle plan on 25 minutes. South 5 are going to jam up in the U District, about Ravenna in the downtown. North 5, where we've got scattered backups before the West Seattle Bridge now up to the Ship Canal. 25 minutes tops to get through this. Seattle to Federal Ways at a half hour. Typical afternoon backup forming from interurban down to 516. South 405, we're packed from Southeast 8th all the way down to the VMAC. Right now, let's see, Bellevue to Renton, about 35 minutes. Down at the King Pierce County line, we've got a busy afternoon. South 5 heavy from State Route 18 all the way down past the Tacoma Dome. About 25 minutes now from Federal Way to Tacoma. And up north, Everett to Marysville, northbound I-5, we've got a pretty solid backup now from 526 up to 528. Very typical. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. For Aaron Granillo, I'm Frank Lindsay. The federal government has already granted Washington an emergency declaration and a public health emergency because of the wildfires in Spokane. Well, now Governor Bob Ferguson says the state will make an even bigger ask for a major disaster declaration by mid-September.
I'm very aware that these major disaster declarations are not always granted. And so we are determined to make our case as compelling as possible.
If granted, the declaration would unlock direct financial assistance for people and funding to repair damaged public infrastructure across 7 eastern Washington counties. Now, some of the Level 3 go-now evacuation orders are being scaled back in Spokane. This woman, who's been sifting through the rubble of her home, tells KIRO 7 what it was like as the fire closed in.
Look around. I mean, this isn't any place somebody should be if they don't have to be. You could see that the entire neighborhood was on fire.
Protective gear has been put outside of each home. Officials say the ash could contain cancer-causing chemicals. New fire closer to home burning near Mount Rainier. It's the Grand Park 2 fire. It's already torched about 300 acres. First reported on Friday afternoon. No danger right now to Greenwater, but the Sunrise area and White River Campground closed to all public access. And so is the White River Road from SR 410 to the White River Campground and the Sunrise Road from White River Campground to Sunrise. The family of a Rainier Beach High School student is preparing to sue the school district over his murder at a bus stop after class. The claim filed says there was a school safety plan preventing Travea Hofmuse from leaving the school on his own. And even though his grandmother requested a ride from a contracted community organization that day when family couldn't pick him up, that ride never came.
When you make a promise, you have to follow through, or else there can be terrible consequences. And this is the most tragic consequence that can happen. This case is devastating.
Attorney Lara Hushka is with Cedar Law. KIRO News Radio has reached out to Seattle Public Schools for comment. Seattle Seahawks reportedly taking a look at former Lions cornerback Terrion Arnold. Lions released him earlier this summer after his arrest on 8 felony charges tied to a Florida robbery and kidnapping case. Brock Heward with our sister station 710 Seattle Sports says any return to the field would ultimately be up to the league.
It's a privilege to be in this league, and the commissioner will very much, I think, put him on the exempt list, which has happened with players in the past, and he will be the one to guide and dictate when this guy is going to play again.
Multiple reports say that Seattle hosted Arnold for a visit on Sunday. Weather forecast calling for sunshine the rest of the afternoon, and then partly cloudy skies tomorrow, but still on the warm side, 79 or so. Partly to mostly cloudy on Wednesday with a high of 76, mostly sunny and 80 on Thursday. It's 71 right now in Seattle. For Aaron Granillo, I'm Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Magnets.
One word. One word.
Magnets.
That's right. There you go. Hey, everybody, John Curley Show. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. If you want to get in early on that, give Joe something to do. By the way, Joe's dragging me down.
Oh, that's nice of you to say. Thanks.
It's your energy today. It's just, it's off. It's off. It's off. I'm going to overcome that, though. I'm going to let you drag me down. Happy music, please. Here we go. Diving in.
You know what it is?
What is it?
It's that hat.
Kelly gave me this hat. I'm going to wear it later on, but I told him I'd wear it, but I don't want to get him in trouble.
Are this friends of ours?
Huh?
Friends of ours?
These are guys that do all the hydros, the old hydros.
I will reserve judgment then.
Okay.
Just look at it.
I see it, Teeny, here. Put it on. All right. Got a good show.
Phone number.
1-888-973-5476. Well, the WNBA's got itself in a bit of a pickle. Fun to watch pickles, aren't they? Right? Players trying to run over second. No, Teeny. Player takes the lead. All of a sudden, goes second base. Second baseman, the ball, throws it. Now he's running back and forth. First baseman trying to close him in there. There was I think it happened last week. I think overthrew and I was able to get back to first place. But the pickle, normally it doesn't work out well for whatever player is stuck in it. And that is where the WNBA is. Because as you remember, you know the whole story, right? Or if you don't, just briefly bring you up to speed. Sophie Cunningham came to Seattle. There were young women there that are advocating to make sure that girls have girl sports, boys have boy sports, and that's the way they wanted to go. Cunningham was asked about it while she was here, and of course made a bunch of news because one of the, I think, partial owners or fractional owner of the Seattle Storm went and yelled at a couple of girls, and she got suspended. So here's just some of the sound. This is 2 days ago. I guess Sophie Cunningham was asked about...
No, this is 2 days after her interview on ESPN, which started
the whole thing. Starts the whole thing. Here we go. Ready? So
you talked about wanting to protect young girls who shouldn't have to go against biological men. Just can you expand your viewpoint on that?
I mean, I think I said what I said. I think it's kind of common sense. And I think I'll always believe in that. I think it's really important to protect children. And that's little girls who are also involved in that category. And so I stand on what I said, and I always believe that.
Yeah. Do you see your advocacy on that, like, taking any form going forward? You know,
I don't know. I'm not a very political person, but I do have beliefs. I have morals, and I'll always stand on those and be true to who I am. And I think people are going to take it how they want to take it, but I've never even really said anything about that. And so when it comes just to protecting young girls in sport and women in sport, I feel very strongly about that. I think that's why you have Title IX. That's why you have some of the greats in women's sports. If Title IX and women's sports weren't protected, then you wouldn't hear about any type of women in sport. And so I think in the future, it's just really important to protect.
It's a political issue. Of course, you're going to be able to vote on in the ballot, right? Keeping boys out of girl sports. That's the idea. The NBA, the WNBA union, put out a statement saying, We embrace justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion. These are the values that unite this union. We will continue to have hard conversations, but we will not be used as a political pawn. Problem with that is you guys are all about politics. WNBA got in on the now disgraced Black Lives Matter. They players had they would, for Breonna Taylor, they were dedicating an entire season to her, say her name. There was 26 seconds because that was her age, Breonna Taylor's age, when she was shot and killed by police. They had 26 seconds of silence for her. And then they even started a social justice council. And when one of the owners of the Atlanta WNBA team said some things that some of the players disagreed with, they then, who also is, by the way, a U.S. senator, or was anyway, the team and some other members of the WNBA, not just in Atlanta, started wearing shirts, advocating for the opponent of the owner of the Atlanta team, who was a U.S. senator, and they were actively campaigning for Warnock to defeat her. And they won. So you can't all of a sudden say you're not political. History is the greatest teacher. So let's go back to, let's see, what do you think is going here? Oh, here we go. It's California. They were advocating for open carry. You should be able to open carry. The NRA's like, yeah, if I want to carry a gun around, I should be able to carry a gun around. I got my pistol, my sidearm. It's the way it should go. Second Amendment for everybody. Everybody has a chance to carry open carry. Well, then, look out! Here's the pickle. The Black Panthers are like, oh, okay. Everybody's allowed to open carry? Fine. We're going to open carry. Because we're not restricted anywhere. Let's go over to the Capitol.
I have these Black Panthers up here with guns on the second floor.
Yeah, well, guess what? It was open carry. You're allowed. Black Panthers, they're not allowed to open carry. They can't have a shotgun. They can't have a pistol. Black Panther founder Huey Newton pointed it out with
the California Penal Code section 12020 through 12027, and also the Second Amendment of the Constitution guarantees the citizen a right to bear arms on public property. And the legislature, I talked to Morford last night, and he said the legislature has made certain rules.
Yeah, that's right, because then Assemblyman Don Mulford ends up with...
Well, first, it's my intention to make it a felony to bring a loaded weapon into the state capitol. I think that the incident points out that... shockingly, that the laws are inadequate, but also serves to emphasize the fact that the laws are inadequate to protect the innocent public.
Okay, so what happened is Reagan, the governor of California, ends up backpedaling. The NRA backpedals, and they're like, yes. I think as Reagan said, there's no need for a citizen to carry a gun around the streets of California. Thank you, Black Panthers. Right? So if it's okay for one group, it's got to be okay for the other group. If not, then you got some splaining to do, and they ended up winning on that one. Same thing happened in 2012. The Florida governor, Rick Scott, comes up with this idea that he signs this bill saying public school students can read inspirational messages at assemblies and sporting events. Basically, the inspirational messages were religious-based, so then along comes, Church of Satan. Here's the pickle again, right? Because, if it's good enough for, Christian stuff, well, then here we are.
It's a beautiful day here at the state capitol.
This guy's standing there with giant black horns coming out of his head. He's got his big sign. It's the Satanic Temple, and they want to thank Rick Scott.
Great day to be a Satanist. Great day to be a human being. We honor Governor Rick Scott. Hail Satan, Rick, for providing us this opportunity to make the satanic cause clear and make our presence known. And
this is about somebody else. Listen to this one part. A little hard to hear, but hang on. You're going to go to hell, someone yells.
I believe it, and I'm very excited about it.
Okay, all right. So then at that point, they're like, okay. Never mind. And they got rid of that. They did the same thing in 2013 when Oklahoma decided they're going to put up the 10 Commandments, and the Satanists come along and they say, okay, we're going to put up our goat guy with the horns. If you guys can have that, then we can have this. See this? See the connection? WNBA describes itself as inclusive, which is garbage. Sports, especially professional sports is the most exclusive organization you're ever going to get. If you can't shoot, you don't make the team. If you don't shoot well enough, you sit on the bench. If you shoot well and you play defense, you start. And they've got a bunch of other players that are waiting to start as well. Very exclusive. And the better you are, the more time that you get. Very exclusive. Excluding players that can't play. Excluding people that can't dribble. Excluding anybody that's probably under the 5'4" or something. So don't say that sports is inclusive. It's not. This is where the pickle comes in. So you have these people talking about how they're going to welcome everybody. You don't. You got yourself stuck in this thing, and now you got some real problems because, well, now most of the stuff you've been saying, like, for instance, here's the Indiana Fever head coach. She says,
I don't know that I would say that I'm educated enough from...
Oh, yeah, use the word educated. I don't know enough about...
a scientific standpoint.
Scientifically. Because somebody asked, should biological men be allowed to play against women?
I don't ever believe that exclusion is an answer.
Okay, you don't exclude anybody, so everybody can play? This is where you get. This is just like Reagan and the open guns. This is just like Scott. And okay, we're going to have religious stuff, but not that religious. So you don't want to believe in excluding. Okay, so then...
I just don't. I do think, when we think about various levels of sport, various governing bodies of sport and things that go into that, like I said, I'm not educated enough at the different levels. I know growing up, I played with the boys all the time. So there weren't girl sports.
There comes the question.
Would you welcome a biological male in WNBA?
Again, it's like, I don't know when we talk about biological male and scientifically where we are. I think it's a
Come on!
Totally different scenario. As I said, I'm not educated enough in terms of transgender and transitioning to give you a smart answer. I would say though that I just don't feel like exclusion is an answer, and I think that we need to have deeper, more layered conversations.
Well, they are going to have one. I think they got a big meeting planned on Friday. Here's one more. Is this the other coach? We have one more coach, or that's it?
No, there's one more.
Oh, here she is. Golden State's, this is the head coach, yeah. Yeah, here we go.
For me, sports is about belonging. It's about
unless you suck, then you don't play. But go on.
Inclusivity.
Oh, inclusivity.
It's about allowing everyone to be their authentic self.
Okay, so here we go. This is she's right there. She's got herself in the pickle. It's for everyone. You can be exclusive self, and I think she's a little self-pitying here.
I'm big on that just because I have been criticized for my height, for my ethnicity. I've been in those you shouldn't belong here many times. And for me, I don't want that space, especially Golden State, to ever feel like that. So I'm all about women, little girls deserving to play, and that includes trans women. So I'm all about inclusivity.
Okay, trans women, which are men that feel like women. And now this is just like the Black Panthers, just like the Satanists. Now you have the guy, where is he? Where's our NBA guy? Oh, here he is. This guy is a bit of a rebel rouser anyway. He changed his last name to Freedom. He got into a big thing with Nike and China. He's very political, and he's been very political ever since he was in the league. Some people say that it was his statements against China and Nike that forced him out. Other people say, nah, his career kind of came to an end. So he's doing the same thing as the Black Panthers, and the same thing as Satanists. He's saying, oh, okay, everyone's welcome? Great. All I have to do is identify as a female? Fine. So here we go.
Well, it's official. I just declared for the 2027 WNBA draft in April. Join me in this journey.
Dennis Cantor Freedom decided he's going to throw his hat into the WNBA.
The WNBA does not ban men who identify as women right now from playing in the league.
He would dominate the WNBA without batting an eyelash.
The number one prospect in the history of the WNBA.
Take a lesson from Reagan and from Rick Scott and back up, put your tail between your legs, and say the W in WNBA stands for women. And we know what a woman is. And we know what a man is. And just because you identify as a woman doesn't make you a woman. And we are exclusive. And this is the place you can come and watch great female athletes play basketball. And that's it. And be done with it. But this thing keeps going. and going. They're going to have a meeting on Friday. If they dig in on this, it's not going to go well because this guy, what is it, Ennis Freedom?
Mm-hmm.
There'll be, I think there's another guy that's already thrown his,
There is,
yeah, and more will do this. And then Travis, Clay Travis, is that his name? What's the guy's name? The DJ, he's a host, a talk show host. Is it Clay Travis? I think so. Travis and Buck is the name of the show. Okay, I think it's Clay Travis. He said, I'm going to give $10 million to the WNBA to play against the best high school team that I can find. And if the whatever team wins, they get $10 million. And you give it to the high school kids or you give it to WNBA. Then he said, I'll tell you what, I'm going to start my own league. And it's going to be called the Memphis Balls. And it's going to be all trans women, right? It's going to be all guys basically just identifying as women and playing against all the other teams to mock it, right? Same thing. You put up the 12 commandments, we're putting this up. Because words have meaning, and then there are actions that follow. And it's, as a fan of the WNBA, as a former season ticket holder, I can tell you, unfortunately, they've been always steeped in politics, which sort of sucks. I get it, because when you used to go to the games, primarily a strong lesbian support staff, the fans, not everybody, but it was, primarily you're going there and you're watching it, you could feel a little bit of politics, but it's ugly and it's distracting for the team. And hopefully they take a lesson from others in history and they just simply say, here's the deal. It's for biological women, and let it go and leave it at that.
I have a question, John.
Yeah.
When did they add 2 commandments to the 10 commandments?
What did I say?
Okay.
You said 12.
Did I say 12?
You did. Well, I let you get away with it because you
When
were
did I
on
say
a roll.
12?
At the end there, it's fine.
That's 10 commandments.
Yeah.
There were actually, when Moses came down, he had 3 tablets and he dropped one. Broke. That's where the other 2.
And now you know the rest of the story.
Do not covet thy neighbor's wife, Andrew.
What are the 10 commandments?
You know them all. Oh, here we go. You ready? First one is freedom of speech.
I think
we used to have it memorized. Put no false gods before me.
Yeah.
Is that number 1?
Yep,
Yeah.
that's number 1.
Yeah, I didn't like that golden goat that they had going on.
Mm-hmm.
Honor thy father and thy mother is in there.
Yeah.
Do not steal, do not kill, do not covet thy neighbor's wife.
Mm.
And then there's like 6 more.
Yeah, something like that.
No murder, no adultery, no stealing, no false witness.
I got that. Oh, false witness. That's number 1. Yeah.
Coveting.
They're all basically good stuff.
Yeah.
Right? If everybody lived by those, we wouldn't have any problems.
Amen.
It could just be 1, too. If you no stealing, kind of is the
that's
umbrella.
it. Yeah, I've seen this argument before.
Yeah.
Just the number 1, just no stealing. That covers everything.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Nathan, I think you've got something you'd like to share with the rest of the church.
Yes, I do. And it starts with Seattle sports. A Monday light commute so far. Everett to Marysville, 20 minutes or slow from 526 to 528. Northbound 529 does jam up there at the Union Slough. Seattle to Everett, just 35 minutes. We're crowded through Shoreline into Mill Creek. Nothing heavy, though. Bellevue to Everett, 45 minutes. Now, we're packed in Bellevue between I-90 and 520. We may have a new stall there right at 520. And then once you get past 520, it opens right up for you. South 5 into Seattle jams up at Ravenna to I-90. North 5 scattered back up starting just before the West Seattle Bridge up to the Ship Canal. Seattle to Federal Way up to 35 minutes. We're slow from Interurban Avenue to 516. And Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway, a 40-minute commute. The north end's looking good. We are packed, though, south of State Route 18. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Whatever is bugging you, and if you've given up some of your favorite sports or just going for walks or picking up the grandkids because, gosh, your just shoulder doesn't work right, ankle, and maybe you're thinking, just some more Tylenol or something like that, or just simply stop playing golf or tennis or anything else. How about Dr. Mark Wagner? He could have the answer for you with your own stem cells. He's done more than, 20,000 of these. He's been in this business for more than 30 years, and he is the guy to see. If you ever tell anybody you're going to get a stem cell procedure and anybody knows anything about stem cells, they say, who are you going to see, Wagner? That's the guy. He has helped, I would say, easily more than 20,000. Because people go to see Wagner for a whole bunch of stuff, but his expertise really is stem cells. I can tell you, he fixed my hip, started running again, and I called him 2 days ago. I said, hey, I started running again, and you know that, but now my knee's bothering me. He goes, okay, come on in, let's take a look at it. If you've got a bad shoulder, elbow, ankle, wrist, knee before surgery, drmarkwagnermd.com. drmarkwagnermd.com.
Dear Ursula, I have a group of friends who have bonded over...
Hi, I'm Ursula Voitin from the G and Ursula Show, and I'm launching a new podcast called Ask Ursula. This is your space. Real life, real questions, whether it's about family, friendships, love, and yes, even the fun stuff like travel and finding your signature scent. Hit me up and ask your questions at mynorthwest.com/Ursula. I look forward to connecting with you.
At mynorthwest.com and the G and Ursula YouTube channel.
If you care about keeping groceries affordable, listen up. Seattle City Hall is considering an ordinance that could put grocery discounts, rewards, and coupons, otherwise known as your everyday savings, at risk. As the cost of living continues to climb, Seattleites rely on grocery store rewards programs to help stretch their household budgets. Now, City Hall wants to take these away. The mayor's proposed fair pricing ordinance could have the exact opposite outcome and make everyday living more expensive for those already struggling to get by. Protect Seattle Savings is a coalition dedicated to defending the everyday savings that Seattle families rely on. We're working with the mayor's office to improve the proposal and keep costs down, but we could use your help. If you care about keeping groceries affordable, visit protectseattlesavings.com to learn more and join the cause. Again, visit protectseattlesavings.com now to learn more. This message is supported by Safeway.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. There's been a rash of reports of fake contractors ripping homeowners off for roof replacements and other jobs. That's why it is so important to know the company coming to your home. And that's why I put my name behind Valentine Roofing. Every customer can expect the Valentine experience. That's seamless communication, meticulous cleanup, and extra mile service. So if you think your roof is on its last legs, if you want to beat the rain and beat the mad rush, Valentine Roofing is now offering priority scheduling for your roof replacement. That means when you call Valentine Roofing today, they can get your job started within 3 weeks of signing the agreement. And they make the process so simple. You can expect an estimate with transparent pricing and options that fit your needs in about an hour. Since 2008, thousands of Western Washington homeowners like me have chosen Valentine Roofing for their roofing needs, and you can trust them too. So call 206 Roofing to schedule your free estimate. That's 206 Roofing. And remember, when you see the red Valentine van, you know your home is in good hands.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
Sleep Number's new collections are designed to adapt to the changing nature of your life and your sleep needs. Whether it's the personalized comfort of the Comfort Mode mattress, the targeted pressure relief of the Comfort Next mattress, or the Climate Collection that actively cools or warms to help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
And now, get early access to our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Anthony Hamilton with Tony, live in the Tulalip Amphitheater, Thursday, September 10th. Tickets are on sale now. Details at TulalipCasino.com.
Give your attic an overhaul with new insulation from Guardian Roofing, Gutters, and Insulation. Stay cool all summer, slash utility bills, and boost your home's air quality. Call now and get $300 off attic ceiling and ventilation, or visit us at GuardianRoofing.com.
If you haven't been to the Earthwise Salvaged Lumber Warehouse in Soto yet, you're missing out. Beams, flooring, shelves, live edge slabs, and so much more. One-of-a-kind pieces that show up one day and disappear the next. This stuff is rare, it's real, and once it's gone, it's gone. Contractors, designers, DIYers, no time to lumber around. Inventory changes daily and the good stuff does not wait. Earthwise Salvaged Lumber Warehouse. Open in Soto. Go to EWSalvage.com.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. For Aaron Granillo, I'm Frank Lindsay. The state has already secured a federal emergency declaration and public health emergency in light of the Spokane wildfires. Today, Governor Ferguson announced he'll be asking for a major disaster declaration. That would open up federal money for people directly affected by the fires. Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown says hundreds of homes have been lost. Thousands of people have been displaced.
It's been a rough 10 days in Spokane. It's hard to believe that we evacuated nearly a quarter of our population in a few hours.
Firefighters are making progress on those blazes around Spokane, as well as another one near Mount Rainier, but dangerous fire weather is still a concern across the Northwest. KIRO News Radio meteorologist Ted Beener tells Seattle's Morning News.
It doesn't look like we're going to have any significant rain any time in the near future. And you look at the outlook all the way into September, continued good odds on above normal temperatures and below average precipitation.
Amtrak warning travelers a major disruption between Seattle and Portland has now been extended through Friday. Here's James Lynch.
It was a warehouse fire near Portland August 2nd that forced the suspension of rail service. Many trains are being replaced by buses, but some trips are canceled altogether. Impacted customers will be contacted directly by Amtrak. Passengers can change their trip for free or request a full refund. For the latest information, check your specific train status on Amtrak's website or on their app. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
The Washington State Patrol is investigating a fatal auto pedestrian crash along I-5 near 272nd in Federal Way. This happened just after midnight. Trooper Rick Johnson says a 33-year-old Seattle woman reportedly jumped out of a moving car and got hit by another vehicle.
The second vehicle that struck the individual was related or friends or something.
Northbound lanes were blocked for hours overnight while the State Patrol tried to figure out what happened. From police drones in Everett to school resource officers in Longview, more than $8 million in federal grants headed to Washington law enforcement. DOJ funds cover equipment, training, and personnel for the state, as well as 10 cities and counties. Seattle police and surrounding agencies will get the largest local share at more than $842,000. Let's head over now to the traffic desk. Here's Nate Connors.
And this is brought to you by Harborstone Credit Union, Everett to Marysville, a 20-minute trip, and we're slow from 526 to 528. Nothing new here. Northbound 529 jams up about halfway up the bridge. Everett to Seattle, 45 minutes, half hour from Linwood, and you're pretty much wide open till you get into the U District near Ravenna is when you're going to jam up all the way down to I-90. Everett to Bellevue, in comparison, wide open, just a half-hour drive, 20 minutes from Linwood. Once you get into Bellevue, 405 thickens up about mid-Bellevue all the way to the VMAC. Bellevue to Renton's at a half hour. North 5 into Seattle. Scattered backup starting just before the West Seattle Bridge up to the Ship Canal. About 25 minutes gets you through this. And Tacoma to Olympia at 40 minutes. It is wide open until you head into Olympia. Just got a brief backup there. Open a money market special online with 3.75 annual percentage yield with full access to your money the entire time at harborstone.com/moneymarket. Insured by NCUA. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Weather forecast calling for sunshine the rest of the afternoon. We should hit about 75 degrees, down to 56 overnight tonight. Partly cloudy, 79 tomorrow. Partly to mostly cloudy on Wednesday with a high of 76. 72 degrees right now in Seattle. For Aaron Granillo, I'm Frank Lindsay. KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Doodle-doo-doo, Home Comfort Alliance. Heating, chilling, flamming. I'm sorry. In English, heating, cooling, plumbing, electric. It's Home Comfort Alliance. Home Comfort Alliance.
Symmetrical.
Oh, this like this, huh?
No comment.
What do you mean, no comment? Bucket list. It's the hat. The boat.
Great people. Great company.
I do not get it.
I did an auction yesterday for the classic Thunderboats.
Looks like it should come with a pack of Marlboro Reds.
Smells like it. No, I don't think Terry smokes. Okay, the Zuckerberg has a tendency whenever they're going to launch something big, like he's launching his AI stuff. He normally sends out like does a big sort of essay discussing whatever it is. In this particular case, he's got AI coming out. So he's got his Muse Glimmer This is going to be Meta's Muse Glimmer. So 6,500 words, sort of letting everybody know that, hey, we're all about like transparency. We don't like the fact that this AI stuff is all going to get concentrated in one place, which is kind of nuts because that's exactly what he does, concentrating all attention and data on the platform. Didn't want anybody to break it all up, even when they came after him. It seemed to kind of get a little monopoly. No. Don't worry about it. So Zuckerberg says he wants AI to be open and nobody, don't get in there and try to overregulate it. Also, he wants to make it completely transparent, which is also the opposite of everything that he does. They would call overstating some of their AI benchmarks. And then he also doesn't want any regulation. It's one of these examples where, regulate everybody else, don't regulate us. By regulating everybody else, it helps us with our competition. So he lays out the sweeping vision for AI. Here we go. From the personal superintelligence.
All right, hey. So I think that the key to building a positive future for everyone is to make sure that everyone has access to personal superintelligence. So today, I am proud to share that we are open sourcing a new class of on-device models that we are calling Muse Glimmer. It's a 30 billion parameter dense model that runs on your laptop.
I'm lost. Okay, I'm sorry.
And it's the highest performing model of its size. In the coming weeks, we are also going to open the weights for Muse Spark 1.2, our latest foundation model and one of the leading models in the world. And we've got even bigger models that are coming soon too.
Okay.
Another part of building a positive future for everyone is making sure that everywhere we build infrastructure, local communities benefit. We've already seen this with the teachers in Richland Parish who got $50,000 bonuses because of the extra tax revenue from our investments. And we launched America's Workforce Academy to provide free training and guaranteed jobs at our infrastructure sites. Today, we're starting a new Future is for Everyone fund to invest in the community's teachers, first responders, energy and water infrastructure,
data centers,
and more ways to support those communities directly. We're also working to make sure that everyone has a personal superintelligence agent that works 24/7 on your behalf to improve your health, your relationships, your career, your finances, and more. You can use our latest models in the Meta AI app, and I'm looking forward to sharing more soon.
Yeah. So one of the things is when it's free for a while, then all of a sudden it's not free anymore. It's called the puppy dog sale. Whether they do this or not, and calling for open source means that everybody can look at the code and everybody can enhance the code. Nothing is private. Calling for this, people think, well, this might be the beginning, but then he might get rid of it. He said one thing numerous times and then sort of changed his tune. But hey, throwing something out there. So now Meta's got. Wonder how the stock market reacted to this.
Well, this is not. He's not kind of on an island with this. In fact, recently it started with Jensen Huang, who's the CEO of NVIDIA, the chip maker.
Yep.
He came out saying, "Hey, we need to, if we're going to be competitive in any way, shape, or form, we need to be open weight / open source with our AI in America, like they are in China."
Yes.
And then basically every other CEO of major companies and major AI companies came out and supported what he said and kind of doubled down on it, except for Sam Altman, the CEO
wants to close it off.
ChatGPT, and the guy, I can't remember his name, but he's the Claude CEO.
Right.
So those are the two outliers. Everybody else is kind of on the same page as
And
Zuckerberg.
Elon was with Altman because when they said, it's going to be open for everybody, no one's making any money off it, we're not going to get in there and have the thing overregulated, it's going to be open source, it's the best for everyone.
Elon was with him when OpenAI was nonprofit, and then when they switched to a for-profit entity, they
bailed.
Their relationship soured for many reasons, but that was one of them. And Elon is with Zuckerberg on this.
Good. I hope he's a man of his word on this one. But often the stuff that they give out there, and by the way, nothing is free. Nothing. If you put anything out there, they're getting everything they want from you, right? Oh, you get a chance to use it for free. No, your data's out there. They're building stuff off of it. They're going to use your searches and stuff that you asked for to build the AI model. So it's just the future as it comes to us. And maybe he has an AI model that would also include his giant yacht. I don't think this is fair, but here's the story. There was a boat that was in distress, 22-footer. It wasn't a Mayday call. It had run out of gas, and it put out a call around 9:30 saying, hey, could use some help. And another boat was a little further away from Zuckerberg's yacht. And Zuckerberg and his family weren't on the yacht, but he's got this big yacht. They're in Juneau, Alaska. So here's a little skiff, 22-footer, asked for assistance. Another yacht, or a boat a little further away called Wilderness Legacy, comes past Zuckerberg's and then ties off onto the skiff and then tows it because it had run out of gas. And now people are getting mad at Zuckerberg. Oh, why didn't your yacht go and help them? You were closer. Legally, it's a nice thing to do. If it was truly a Mayday call, then there is, the rules of the sea. You got to get over there and help the person. The other thing, now the Zuckerberg captain was saying, well, we were on a different channel.
As a man who has worked in the maritime business, I will say you can lock onto one channel, but you've always got your little radio on scan.
Yes.
16, baby.
That's it, my babies.
I got it. Look, it's this gigantic yacht, 310 or 320 feet, right? So you want to change direction, steam over there, and tie off a 22-foot skiff? Huh?
Yeah, no, probably not. I'm sure they knew somebody else was in the vicinity.
They got radar there.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Mr.
Maritime.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize this was part of your...
Oh, yeah, you name it.
Oh, okay. All right. So, Mr. Maritime, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here because I'm always scanning.
Was this wrong of Zuckerberg's captain?
The answer is yes. If he was the nearest ship, you've got an obligation to go rescue.
But it wasn't a Mayday call. They were out of gas. They needed some help.
Oh, okay. Well, that does change it a bit.
Oh, there we go. Fine, dandy. Whoa, look at that.
As the
I didn't know a
maritime
boat
expert.
could back up as fast as you. You got some bow thrusters on that BS? Whoa! Yeah. Here comes Nate checking traffic.
Subaru of Puyallup has the update. Over in Kitsap County, heading through Chico, we've got a new collision southbound 3 at Chico Way. You're already backed up to Newberry Hill Road. Gig Harbor, westbound 16. A brief backup between 36 and Willach at about 2 miles here. In Federal Way, South 5, we're crowded from State Route 18 into Tacoma. Federal Way to Tacoma, though, just over 15 minutes, which isn't bad. Southbound 167, pretty thick south of State Route 18 into Puyallup. Up in North Bend, westbound 90, you're going to get caught in a 3-mile bumper-to-bumper backup as you head into North Bend due to road work. This is near milepost 35. South 405 in Bellevue, we're thick from mid-Bellevue to the VMAC, half hour to make that trip from Bellevue to Renton. And both of our lake bridges are all clear. Westbound 520 eventually jams up in Montlake. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event through August 31st, enjoy great financing on select new cars at Subaru of Puyallup. Visit SubaruPuyallup.com, your stress-free dealership. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
A wildfire disaster unfolding just east of us.
The Spokane fires
destroyed hundreds of homes and forced tens of thousands to evacuate.
Unprecedented stories of loss, devastation, and heartbreak.
It was a beautiful home. It really was.
And there was a lot of terror because it's loud, it's hot.
Join KIRO News Radio in doing whatever you can for our neighbors in Spokane. See how you can help at mynorthwest.com.
Summer is the time to feel and look your best, but I'm not talking about your abs or tan. Guys, I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning during Advanced Hair's once yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your very own hair the very next day, and they guarantee your new hair will grow. They are the team that addressed my hair loss, and I recommend them to everyone. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar. Advanced Hair's summer sales event is on for a limited time. So get the details and schedule your free consultation today. 425-449-8185. One-day treatment, life-changing results. With Advanced Hair, your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and make the call now while their summer savings event is still on. That's 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful,
But discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Jane is a small business owner. Tell them what that's like, Jane.
Yeah, well, it's like a roller coaster with a lot of ups and downs, and some days things can feel like they're flying off the rails.
Yep, it's a lot. But the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business can help you manage it all. With the largest, fastest fiber-powered network designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect.
Nice. So everything stays on track.
The Total Solutions Advantage. No one does business like Comcast Business.
The more solutions you add, the more you save. Get started today with a qualifying internet package for as low as $60 a month when you add an advanced solution. Plus, new customers, ask how to get up to $1,500 in prepaid cards when you add 2 lines of mobile to a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and automatic payments with bank account required. $60 offer requires 300 meg internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Prepaid card offers end 9/13/2026.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8157. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8157. That's 800-575-8157. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owed the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they helped me. They calmed me down. They made me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. Beat the rain and beat the mad rush. Valentine Roofing is now offering priority scheduling for your roof replacement. When you call Valentine Roofing today, they can get your job started within 3 weeks of signing the agreement. And they make the process so simple. You're going to receive an estimate with transparent pricing and options that fit your needs in about an hour. So call 206 Roofing to schedule your free estimate. That's 206 Roofing. And remember, when you see the red Valentine van, you know your home is in good hands.
Why'd you stop me from eating that sandwich? You saw me eating that sandwich. Just say something.
You were already halfway into it by the time I noticed.
Stuck in the refrigerator. It was in there for, 72 hours? I think it's good enough.
I think we got those on Thursday.
Oof.
Yeah.
Ugh. Playing hurt.
Rookie move.
We should make a pact, all of us, that when you see somebody eating something that looks like you shouldn't be eating it, one of us should step in.
Okay.
And say, hey, you sure you should eat that? You didn't say anything. You saw me chomping down on it.
I said, what is that? And you said, it's my leftover sandwich from last week.
And that's right there. You should have said, whoa.
You had half of it down your throat already.
The chicken sandwich was terrible today. The chicken sandwich was terrible today. The chicken sandwich was terrible today.
Yes. See, that would have helped. King 5 talks about the cat boat in Tacoma.
King 5 got out on the water to see exactly
how many cats were on this boat.
30 plus.
Where's the owner?
We don't know. It was abandoned.
How'd the cats get on the boat?
Unclear.
Why didn't you stop me from eating the sandwich?
I'll do better next time.
what was going on for ourselves. And we've already seen a few of them popping up this morning as we've been out here just a little while now. We want to show you the footage we got.
Is that a catamaran?
From the weekend. From different views, we could count up to 10 cats and kittens at a time. On Sunday, Tacoma police told us the remaining cats would be rescued today. They said many were scared and stressed and hid in places animal control could not get to. Here are photos of those rescue efforts. A welfare check of the boat was called in Thursday. Food and water was left on the boat for them. Friday, animal control returned with a search warrant removing more than 30 cats and kittens.
The police boat kind of pulled alongside that white boat, and we had our binoculars with us, and we observed the officers on the police boat
vomiting. Imagine the smell.
Oh, it's a nice boat too.
Yeah, I love cats, but that's a lot of cats.
And we couldn't figure out what they were doing. We didn't find out until today that they discovered a horde of cats.
Wow, there's a lot up there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4
kittens.
So far, that's how many I see.
Tacoma police estimate between 10 and 15 cats and kittens remain on the boat. Other people we spoke to say they've seen the boat floating in the water for some time. And back here live on Puget Sound, we saw several pop up already, but it seems like they're a little camera shy now. But you can see many boats are still driving by as this one sits here.
You know, those boats drive by. It's a cat mystery. They don't seem to be that. They look like they're fed.
Yeah, they're not.
No one's looking
emaciated.
No,
or anything.
well, they got extra kittens, so they're forming families, and.
But they look like they've had that boat to themselves for quite a while.
I was like, I'd like to buy that boat right there.
Oof. The thing is, there was probably 40 cats.
Oh, here we go
before.
for Mr. Maritime again.
That's
Go
right.
ahead.
Well, they rescued 31, I think.
31.
And there were still 15.
Would Mark Zuckerberg's boat go by and not do anything for them? Huh?
That's nice.
It's nice. It makes you feel good.
Yeah, I like that.
Put me to sleep.
At the Thunderboats auction yesterday in Tacoma, I said, I'll give if anybody here $500, you can finish the punchline on this joke. And I thought, they're a bunch of boaters. They're going to be able to get this one. It's $500. You can get the punchline. Ready? What's the difference between gonorrhea and a wooden boat? What's the difference between gonorrhea and a wooden boat? Where's Mr. Maritime on this one?
One really hurts.
Nope.
I don't know. I've never had gonorrhea.
Okay. But save that, Andrew. The punchline is, what's the difference between gonorrhea and a wooden boat? You can get rid of gonorrhea. Thank you, Dan Wood. Yacht sale.
Oh, I miss Dan.
Because when I was going to buy a 1952, like Chris Craft, he's like, you don't want a wooden boat. I was like, no, I do. I really do. No, you don't. They smell like the inside of a saxophone case. They're always falling apart. You start the bright work in the bow, and then you go all the way to the stern, and then you got to start all over again. He goes, you don't want one. I go, no, I really do. There's a guy that had put like $300,000 into this wooden boat, right? And then he just was like selling it for $60,000. Just wanted to get rid of it.
Yeah.
There's your punchline. And now here comes Nathan.
Thank you, sir. Kitsap County and Chico, we've got a collision blocking the left lane, southbound 3 right at Chico Way. You're backed up to Newberry Hill Road. That's a bumper-to-bumper backup. Tacoma to Olympia, an easy breezy drive this afternoon, only 40 minutes. Starting to get a little crowded through South Tacoma, and then it's all clear until you reach Sleater Kinney Road there in Lacey, and then from there it's slow all the way into Olympia. Seattle to Federal Way, 35 minutes, which is right on cue for this time of day. North 5 into Seattle, scattered backups from the West Seattle Bridge of the Ship Canal, 25 minutes to get you through this. South 5 are bumper-to-bumper from the U District to I-90, Linwood to Seattle pushing 25 minutes. And on the water, the Clinton Ferry Terminal reporting a 90-minute wait for drivers. We've got a 1-hour wait for drivers at the Edmonds Terminal. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for autopay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Those words weren't written for history books. They were written for you. But it's hard to pursue happiness when aging is part of everyday life. John Curley here. Longevity Medical Clinic was created to help people with overall wellness and longevity, including diabetes management, heart health, weight management, inflammation reduction, nutrition, cognitive health, hormone therapy, and more. I can tell you from personal experience, being a patient for 17 years, I have a richer, fuller life, and I'm better able to pursue my own happiness. As America celebrates 250 years of independence, give yourself the chance to reclaim yours. Independence from aging. Take control of your health before small issues become big problems. Experience a smarter, proactive approach to aging, backed by decades of experience with longevity. Do what I did and feel like yourself again. Get your free health analysis at Longevity Medical Clinic. Find out how at lmclinic.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo.
Your best source for local news.
Newly released police video shows the arrest of a 17-year-old.
KIRO News Radio.
If you care about keeping groceries affordable, listen up. Seattle City Hall is considering an ordinance that could put grocery discounts, rewards, and coupons, otherwise known as your everyday savings, at risk. As the cost of living continues to climb, Seattleites rely on grocery store rewards programs to help stretch their household budgets. Now, City Hall wants to take these away. The mayor's proposed fair pricing ordinance could have the exact opposite outcome and make everyday living more expensive for those already struggling to get by. Protect Seattle Savings is a coalition dedicated to defending the everyday savings that Seattle families rely on. We're working with the mayor's office to improve the proposal and keep costs down, but we could use your help. If you care about keeping groceries affordable, visit protectseattlesavings.com to learn more and join the cause. Again, visit protectseattlesavings.com now to learn more. This message is supported by Safeway.
It's the best time of the year at Staples, with back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech and more at staples.com/back-to-school.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA,
Subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Following a contentious confirmation hearing, Todd Blanche is now the nation's top cop.
Blanche was sworn in by Emil Bove, a judge on the powerful Third Circuit Court of Appeals, who just 2 years ago served as Blanche's co-counsel defending Donald Trump across 3 criminal cases. Blanche and Bove both took top jobs in the Justice Department after Trump won re-election. Blanche now has the role of the country's top law enforcement officer after being narrowly confirmed in a 50-49 vote Saturday morning. Peter Haralambous, ABC News.
In Western Colombia, at least 111 people are dead following a major earthquake today. Officials say search and rescues are underway at collapsed building sites. In South Carolina, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth today renaming Joint Base Charleston to Joint Base Lindsey Graham. The change honors the late senator who served in the Air Force, Reserves, and National Guard for more than 3 decades. And Powerball fever building. Tonight's Powerball jackpot up to $905 million. This is ABC News. 2 new cyber incidents involving public systems have been reported.
In Suisun City in the San Francisco Bay Area, a state of emergency has been declared after malicious software infected computers that run 911 call routing, police and fire dispatch, city services, and records. The city saying to contain the threat and preserve evidence, it shut down its entire IT network. In Oregon, the state is now confirming a cyber incident in July that included unauthorized access to technology used by a drinking water provider, and the state is assessing any impact on public systems in Oregon. Alex Stone, ABC News.
Federal investigators say Iran may be behind earlier incidents reported in multiple states. An unusual flight cancellation for airline passengers traveling from Victoria International Airport in British Columbia to Toronto. The flight had to be canceled after a child refused to sit down and fasten their seatbelt. The Porter Airlines flight returned to the terminal. Passengers had to wait until the next day to fly out. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
As the firefight continues in Spokane, the governor taking steps to make it easier on those who've lost everything. More on that in just a moment, but first, Nate Connors checks in from the real-time traffic desk.
Thank you, Frank. This one brought to you by your Seattle Mariners. Let's update you in Kitsap County, where we've got a collision in Chico, the left lane, South 3 block right at Chico Way, and we've got a 2 to 3 mile solid backup approaching Newberry Hill Road. The Valley Freeway beginning to fill in. Renton to Puyallup, we're at 45 minutes. We've got off and on slowing between Renton and Kent, and then bumper to bumper between Algona and Puyallup. Bellevue to South Center on 405 is a 45-minute commute. You're slow from 520 all the way to the VMAC, right around Main Street there in Bellevue. This turns into a really heavy backup. North 5, scattered backups in the West Seattle Bridge or the Ship Canal Bridge. South 5, bumper to bumper near Ravenna in the U District down to I-90, about 25 minutes from Linwood in the downtown. And up in Everett, North 5, we're slow between State Route 526 and 88th near the Tulalip Resort Casino. Everett to Marysville, plan on 20 minutes. Don't miss fireworks nights all summer presented by T-Mobile. The next show is August 21st as the Mariners take on the Cubs. Get your tickets at mariners.com/fireworks. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. For Aaron Granillo, I'm Frank Lindsay. Governor Bob Ferguson today signed an amended emergency proclamation for Washington's wildfire disaster, waiving dozens of state laws to help victims across 7 counties and 3 tribal nations. Ferguson says the state will seek a federal major disaster declaration by mid-September to unlock financial aid for people and local governments.
I think I mentioned earlier how appreciative I am that the federal government has responded. Quickly is not the word. I mean, they've just been on it.
The governor, meanwhile, has issued an order that suspends evictions, eliminates fees for replacement IDs and birth certificates, and also removes the unemployment waiting period. A new fire near Mount Rainier has already torched about 300 acres. The Grand Park 2 fire was reported on Friday, 3 miles north of Sunrise Visitor Center in Mount Rainier National Park. Seattle police investigating a deadly overnight shooting in West Seattle's High Point neighborhood.
SPD says just after midnight, a 28-year-old man with a gunshot wound to the chest was driven to the 2700 block of First Avenue South, then taken to Harborview Medical Center. Unfortunately, he succumbed to his injuries. SPD Detective Shane Weatherford says a motive and suspect are still unclear.
Detectives are still working to determine that. The investigation is ongoing and active.
Anyone with information should call 911. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
The Seattle Seahawks are reportedly among a number of NFL teams taking interest in cornerback Terrion Arnold, who was released by the Detroit Lions earlier this summer after being arrested on 8 felony charges in connection with a robbery and kidnapping in Tampa, Florida. According to multiple reports, the Seahawks hosted Arnold for a visit on Sunday. Brock Heward with our sister station, 710 Seattle Sports, says even if the Hawks sign him, it'll be up to the NFL if and when he plays again.
The commissioner will say, no, Seahawks, I'm in charge. Great, you want to rehabilitate this kid. Great, you want to develop him. Great, you got all these connections. But I'm going to be the one to dictate through our own process, through our own due diligence, when this young man's going to play again. Because it's a privilege to play in the NFL.
If you grew up in Pioneer Square, or at least shopping in Pioneer Square, you may remember Magic Mouse Toys. That longtime store is now suddenly shut down after nearly 5 decades at First and Yesler. Your weather forecast, calling for sunshine the rest of the afternoon. Partly cloudy skies tomorrow. Get up to about 79 tomorrow. Partly to mostly cloudy skies on Wednesday with a high of 76. Mostly sunny and 80 on Thursday, 84 on Friday. It is 72 right now in Seattle. I'm Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
Got it. Here we go with the John Curley Show and the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line lighting up with everybody. See what he did? I'm not wearing it, just putting it off the side.
Ah, clever.
Over there. It'd be too distracting for other Thunderbolt fans. 1-888-973-5476. There we go. This is a wild story. So as you know, the state gets a chance to put it at the bottom of the ballot. It's like 1 or 2 sentences. It's just one sentence basically telling you, if you vote yes on this, this is what's going to happen. If you vote no on this, this is what will happen, right? They put every horrible thing they can put in there at the bottom. You know, you're going to have to parallel park only. There'll be no teeth removed with anesthetics. All dogs will bark like beagles. Whatever. There's just this horrible stuff that they can put in there. And they're allowed to put it in there. So, but you're also allowed to challenge it. I was talking to Brian. I had dinner. Is Hayward there?
Yes.
Where is he?
I'm here.
Yeah. First of all, why did I pay for dinner?
Dude, I was planning on paying for it, but you.
Mister, he orders a steak. There were PETA people out front protesting this thing. I've never seen this. You know, old Fred Flintstone? They used to put the thing on the side of the car and it would flip over. That's what he ate in front of me.
Attaboy.
It was tasty. It was so good. It's the best steak you've ever bought me.
All right. And this is before this thing went to court. So in Thurston County, you file saying, hey, we want to go in there. Let's Go Washington wants to go in there. We're challenging the sentence that's going to be at the bottom of the ballot. We think it's not clear and it's deceptive, right? And I said, why Thurston County? You knew you were going to lose in Thurston County. Why does that have to go there, Brian?
That's the only place that you can go. The way the whole state is set up is that all the challenges essentially run through Thurston County. And if you're going to go to the Supreme Court, it has to go through Thurston County. But in this case, the legislature wrote the law so that we can't even challenge if we lose in Thurston. We didn't have a choice of venue is the short answer.
Okay, so you show up and a guy named Arthur West shows up. West is not associated with Let's Go Washington, right?
Not at all. No.
Okay, so the judge, Lasses? Lanise. He opens up and he allows Arthur West to speak. Did he address Let's Go Washington saying, I'll hear from you as well?
No, it wasn't even a hearing about the Let's Go Washington wording. Arthur West was challenging the constitutionality of the financial impact statement. So he was making a case that said it's illegal. It's unconstitutional for you even to have this statement on the ballot. And the judge said to him, oh, hey, since you're challenging that, are you also challenging the wording? I know there's some other cases this afternoon. And what the judge should have done is he should have said, I can't rule on this because there's some other cases. Let's Go Washington and others are arguing this later this afternoon. But he set a trap for Arthur, who's not a lawyer. And he said, look, if I can rule on this. If you want to argue it, I can rule on it right now, but I'll rule on it. And I don't know if Arthur understood what the full implication of it was, but he essentially gave Arthur said, yeah, I want to talk about it. And so then the judge said, well, because you're going to talk about it here, I'm going to rule on it. And then without hearing our argument, without giving us any chance to go before the judge, he just ruled. And we had a whole separate judge that was supposed to hear our case instead of this hanging judge that was doing. I'm not saying he was doing coke. I'm not saying that.
No.
But if you watch the tape, one wonders.
He argues the tax cut initiatives are themselves not neutral, warned of the downward regressive spiral, and blame budget caps on people who don't pay their taxes.
Aren't initiatives that seek to reduce taxes without any reference to the impacts of that not neutral themselves? No one wants to pay taxes, right? Yeah. But if we all just pretend we don't have to reduce any services as a result of those cut taxes, isn't that not neutral? Isn't that only showing half the picture to voters? Isn't identifying what's going to be cut what's making it neutral in the end, because it shows both sides of the ledger?
Well, the OFM.
And this is West speaking? Yeah, okay.
Fiscal statement is neutral. I don't have any objection to that. They want to append that.
How long is the statement?
It's significantly longer, but
how much?
This sucks, Brian, because he's not there for this. He's saying anytime you put something at the bottom of a ballot, that's unconstitutional. He didn't care about this one.
Right.
He didn't do the work
That's
on
right.
this one. So here's the judge, basically batting him around like a cat and a mouse. And the guy's like, well, that's a good point, too. You guys are sitting there like,
what's going on? Wait.
Oh, and there's nothing you could do to stop it at this point, right?
No, we weren't even. It wasn't even supposed to be argued in the morning. This was a 9 o'clock hearing, and there was an 11 o'clock hearing for another piece, and then a 1 o'clock when we were making our case.
Okay.
So our attorney got down there early just to in case anything crazy happened.
Well, here you go.
And it did. Right? So she then went and spoke to our judge, the one that was supposed to hear our case at 1 o'clock, caught him as he was coming out of another hearing, and said, "Look, this has just happened. What can we do?" And he said, "I'm really sorry. My hands are tied because he made a ruling on this.
Yeah,
that cancels the hearing that we had scheduled. We can't even hear your case."
More from the judge.
Space is is allotted for the PID.
Well, the PID is one sentence, but the PID is not neutral.
The PID is the statement at the bottom explaining what will happen if you vote yes or no. And that's to put it down there. It's the last chance for our great legislative body to be able to
tilt the scales.
Yes.
And
why?
Well, because it says stuff that isn't true. Okay, it says these services will be cut. And the legislature cuts those. And in this case, there's not even going to be any money reduced.
So then can we ever have a PID? Because if we don't know what's going to be cut, again, aren't we back to where we started?
Again, I believe, yes, that's the facial challenge.
So this is just inherently, all PIDs are lies and not neutral.
No, the ones where they insert what's going to be cut, the ones where the revenue is targeted are different.
So unless the initiative itself specifies specifically the cuts.
Yeah.
They're lies.
What would you say if he recognized you in court at this point, or your attorney did? What would you say at that point, Brian?
To the judge or to Arthur West?
Not to Arthur West. Forget him. The judge.
Well, so the judge, to me, he's supposed to be there to determine one thing, not whether we should have a tax or not have a tax.
Yeah.
He's there to determine whether or not the attorney general followed the law and gave a neutral wording. and it has to be factual and neutral. Those are the two things that are supposed to be there. And he was clearly with an agenda advocating for the position of the government. We need more taxes, and the beatings will continue until morale improves. That seemed to be his stance, right?
Yes.
And so my argument to him, and what we would have said, what our legal counsel would have said was, number one, the law, if you're going to look at the law, it has to be neutral. But number two, it's required for this budget biennium. So the current budget, what gets cut and the law is pretty specific. It'll get way down in the weeds and nerdy on the wording that they have to use, but it's tight and they can only do certain things. And it has to say either this increases money or decreases money. And it's for this biennium. If you look at what will happen, if our income tax repeal is passed, it will save the state money because they won't have to hire these 300 people and spend $500 million on their salaries. And they won't have to defend against as many lawsuits because the law will go away.
Yeah.
So our argument was by the law, following the law, and I think it's really terribly written law. It was not well thought out, but it is what it is. So according to that law, we would actually be saving the state money in this biennium. Nothing would be cut. We would actually increase revenue for all those same things. And that was our argument, which we didn't get to make.
But you'd be saving the state money momentarily. They wouldn't have the $500 million that they had to spend for all the attorneys in order to collect everybody's tax. So many attorneys for just 25,000 people. That's weird.
Yeah.
It's
weird.
weird.
And it used to be 20,000. That 25,000 is a new number that they just came out with about a week ago.
Okay.
I don't know. That's a whole other story. But the budget office and the Department of Revenue are not on the same page. One's saying it's 20,000 people. Another one's saying it's 25,000 people. They found another $1 billion of money that they're going to take from the state somehow.
More from the judge.
If they're identifying some cut, because it's not part of the.
If they are saying
Here's
that
Arthur West.
this initiative will produce cuts in specific services that do not flow from the initiative, yes, the legislature makes cuts.
So we can continue the downward regressive spiral of the tax scheme in Washington State.
What is amazing? This is the judge, and he's in robes. He's in court.
Oh, from the initiative, yes. The legislature makes cuts.
So we can continue the downward regressive spiral of the tax scheme in Washington State by never having these issues identified in the initiatives, instead of just saying, we're cutting taxes. No one wants to think about what's getting cut.
Does he mention the steak I bought you at any point?
I should have maybe bought him a steak, but he's probably vegan. So
Well, we're cutting taxes, spending. That's all. We're going to pass the buck to someone else.
Well, the initiative process is not for that. The OFM produces.
It's like a Kafka trial, right?
It is.
It's
right.
It's so strange because here's this guy who he's not in there to do this part of it, but he's now arguing you guys. Yeah, it's like Franz Kafka, the trial. Like, what's happening in here?
That. And we were sitting outside the room going, wait, what? Wait. Sorry, it's like if Kafka, the trial part 2, like he's in the trial getting this horrible judge asking him illogical questions, and then he finds out that what he says actually hurts someone else in another room, right? The judge rules, okay, because of the crappy way you answered, I'm going to make John Curley.
The other, you guys are sitting out there. He's tearing apart this guy, Arthur West, and he's tearing apart not with using the law. He's completely off on it. It's just, regressive taxes. Nobody wants to pay taxes, but you know what? I'm surprised he didn't say, eat the rich or something like that. But this is nutty. So now
what? There was a T-shirt under his robes that said "Eat the Rich."
Well, here's what I found that they're being told, the budget folks are being told to plan for 2027, 2029 budget as if the millionaire's tax, quote unquote millionaire's tax, is not there yet. And don't make any assumptions that it will be there. So how can they say that if you vote yes on this, then we're going to have to cut school and cut this and cut community college? And where does that come from, Brian?
It comes from an arrogance of power in Olympia that thinks it can run the deck and no one's going to hold them accountable, right? I mean, look at what they've gotten away with so far. They colluded, the legislature colluded with the Attorney General's office to figure out a way to stop a referendum, right? Oh, we totally want the people to have a vote, but not through a referendum, right?
Yeah.
We don't want to make it easy. Referendum means you vote no to vote no, and they forced us to yes to vote no. So they've worked on that. I don't know if you remember last year, there was a challenge to our initiative, maybe it was 2 years ago, there was a challenge to our initiatives that we didn't find out about until it hit the Supreme Court.
I remember that.
Jerry Cornfield happened to call me that afternoon to say, hey, what do you think about this? And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? This Attorney General had a secret case that went all the way to the Supreme Court to get our initiatives thrown off the ballot. So we're just used to this. I think, remember the cartoon Calvin?
Yes.
Calvin and Hobbes?
Uh-huh.
And there was Calvin Ball.
Okay.
Like, it feels like everything in Olympia is Calvin Ball. They just make up the rules. They play it long enough, and they're just going to make the rules and change it.
What was the thing you mentioned at dinner about the 30-day thing? 30 days, they're trying to...
Oh, yeah, the residency. Yeah.
Yeah, this is good.
The residency.
This is good, yeah.
Well, so there's a bunch of sort of hidden Easter eggs buried in the income tax. And one of them is that anybody that plans on living here, keeping their house here, going away for 6 months and coming back, they'll be in for a surprise. All the tax accountants are telling us that the way the law reads, you have 30 days residency, and if you exceed that, you'll be considered a resident, which would make you liable for the income tax on your income, on your total income, from what I'm told. So 30 days means you're not spending half your time here. You're not spending the summer here. You're going to be here for a couple of weeks and then out, if you have a home or an apartment you're leasing.
So because people try to split it, and I think it's 181 or 183. They try to go to Florida, and they have that's my residence, that's my home, to avoid the taxes. But in this just 30 days, it fires off that they then can come get your income.
That's exactly right. And California and New York, who are both really aggressive, they're less aggressive than Washington State's like, we're number one. We're gonna totally we're gonna beat the other states in how aggressive we are at taking and forcing you out. And I think the other thing is the charitable donations. All the tax accounts are saying, do not give money to Washington-based charitable organizations if you want to declare residency outside of the state.
And that's the sad thing. I wrote about that months ago, that the nonprofits are going to be directly the first victims of this millionaire's tax, because the people that can afford it, quote, a millionaire's tax, the people, of course, you're going to write a check for $200,000, $300,000, whatever the state says that you owe them because you're successful, but it will be the nonprofits. They won't have the people there to educate, read to the fourth graders, or to serve soup, or to care for animals.
Autistic kids that have aged out. Yeah, that's
whatever
right.
it is. So at this point, it's yes on all. I got to say that this is getting all the attention, but there's two other great initiatives that are also going to be on the ballot, and that is girls and girls sports, keeping boys out of girls sports, and girls are able to play against girls, and then Parents' Bill of Rights, which is the state needs to be keeping the parents in the loop. When both of these are on there and they show up on the ballot, I'm assuming they're going to be on the other side of the ballot. Is that the way it's going to be set up, Ryan? You're going to have the judges.
I don't know what the flow looks yet, but it'll all be. Yeah, I'm not sure.
And this, when Rob McKenna ran for governor, they intentionally put, I think, legalized marijuana on the ballot. They put that on there.
Right.
They might put something else in there because they knew, if we put some stuff in there that we know it's going to drive the left out in order to vote, that'll help us against McKenna. So I think they put pot on there. They might have put some sort of abortion thing or something else was on there as well.
I was thinking it was gay marriage, wasn't it?
It was gay marriage. Yeah. So the people showed up and they're like, yes on gay marriage, yes on marijuana. And then, while I'm also voting, no for Rob McKenna. But maybe these three initiatives will drive the right, or at least people that are persuadable. And you need how many? What's the total number of people you need voting yes on all of this?
Our goal is to get 1.8 million people to vote yes. But I'll tell you one of the good, people are looking at the primary, and there's a lot of hand-wringing.
Yes.
But when we look at people that signed our initiatives, 50% of them are Republican, 49-point-something% are Democrat or independent. And so one, it's a crossover issue, and we found the same thing on our other initiatives, both girls' sports and parents' rights. And so I didn't panic when I saw the numbers, the turnout. Our initiative wasn't on the ballot. I know Danny Westmead and some people are saying, oh my gosh, Jamie Peterson in his deep blue district didn't get squashed by an anti-tax wave, and color me shocked, right? that didn't happen. I think the real battle will be this November, and I think the other piece of it is there's 5 Supreme Court justices on the ballot.
That's essential.
And this is completely related. You know, the income tax, the way they've treated it, the way they've treated, well, you can go back, the car tabs, the natural gas ban, everything that they've tried to squash is sitting there on the Supreme Court. And we've got a chance to have a generational change type of vote here. So people need to get educated about the Supreme Court and then vote yes on all of our initiatives.
Yes, and all. Thank you, Brian. Here, we appreciate it.
Thanks, sir.
All right.
Have a great day.
Yes, sir.
More steak. I got the next steak.
Okay. File something with the PDC. Here comes Nate checking traffic.
Everett to Marysville, we're up to 25 minutes. You're slow starting just north of 526, all the way to 88th there in Marysville. Then things open right away for you. Looks like a new blocking problem eastbound 2 midway on the trestle. No official info on this yet, but I see traffic coming to a halt. Bellevue to Everett, we're pushing 50 minutes. We're slow between Bellevue and Totem Lake. Seattle to Everett at 40. You're slow at 145th and Shoreline, all the way up to about 128th now up in South Everett. South 5 heading into Seattle, bumper to bumper from Lake City Way to I-90. Linwood to Seattle has climbed to 35 minutes. North 5, we're still seeing scattered backups between the West Seattle Bridge and Ship Canal, 25 minutes from bridge to bridge. And in Kitsap County in Chico, we cleared that collision southbound 3 at Chico Way. That earlier backup behind it has already cleared out. KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Nate Connors. Parts of the house are not functioning when you can't find a pair of shoes, a jacket, or something else that's gone into that closet. Sometimes when it takes a closet seems to they say that dryers can eat socks. It feels the same way if you don't have closets that are functioning correctly. You put something in there, you go to look for it a couple of days later, you say, where's the jacket? It's just got eaten in there. Same thing with the garage. Nothing worse than opening the garage door and there's just a whole bunch of stuff on the ground. Projects that you're half finished. And I know there's some personal experience when Closets by Design, with their 22 years of experience in family-run business, when they try to source most of their products right here in the Pacific Northwest, they came and completely redid everything that we stored stuff in. They built cabinets for us that matched the floor, that matched the woodwork. They built shelves in the closet upstairs that I didn't even know that we had a closet upstairs until they were there. And then all of a sudden we have all this extra space. You're going to get custom design for you without the custom price, 40% off, plus 15% off. It's Closets by Design. Let them help you get organized. 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
Charlie Harger.
I want to be a watchdog.
From Seattle's Morning News.
Somebody who is not accepting from the government at face value what they're telling you. I might not even be necessarily against a politician, but if I see an issue or a policy that I think are worthy of a conversation, I'm going to bring it up.
Hear Charlie's 7:35 commentary every morning on Seattle's Morning News.
You can watch all of Charlie's commentaries anytime on the KIRO Newsradio YouTube channel.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, Accurate Auto Body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, Accurate Auto Body.
How would you like to invest in the Seattle real estate market, one of the hottest and most stable regions in the country, and achieve a great rate of return on your investment without the effort of sourcing a deal, the expense and time of building permits, or all the hassles that come with being a landlord? Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Invest in the stability and ease of Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund. Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Carrie injured her back years ago. This is her story.
My herniated disc was so significant that they did the first surgery, the laminectomy and a microdiscectomy. The first surgery failed, and I ended up with another herniated disc, which is pretty typical that herniations just move up your spine. The doctor was recommending another fusion surgery, so I researched alternative therapies. Sound Pain Solutions developed a plan that included bioelectric therapy, laser therapy, decompression, pressure wave therapy, in addition to rehab. Once we started that comprehensive approach, it went phenomenally. They honestly have given me my life back, and I'm happy to help other patients find sound pain solutions sooner.
Schedule a free consultation to learn if you qualify for our non-surgical and drug-free treatments at soundpainsolutions.com.
If you care about keeping groceries affordable, listen up. Seattle City Hall is considering an ordinance that could put grocery discounts, rewards, and coupons at risk. The mayor's proposed fair pricing ordinance could have the exact opposite outcome and make everyday living more expensive. Protect Seattle Savings is working with the mayor's office to improve the proposal and keep costs down. But we could use your help. Visit protectseattlesavings.com to learn more and join the cause. This message is supported by Safeway.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years guaranteed? Now through August 24th, new Xfinity customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi this summer before it disappears. Just $50 a month for 5 years. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, it keeps you protected from online threats. And get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. For Aaron Granillo, I'm Frank Lenzi. Washington Governor Bob Ferguson signed an amendment emergency proclamation today for Washington's wildfire disaster. It waives dozens of state laws to help victims across 7 counties and 3 tribal nations. Now that evacuation orders are being lifted, Ferguson has gotten a firsthand look at some of the destruction in Spokane.
For this community, undoubtedly this will have to go down as one of the greatest tragedies in Spokane's history. There's no two ways around that. And I think for this part of our state, zooming out, it is going to, unfortunately, potentially be, our most disastrous fire season of all.
Ferguson added that the state will seek a federal major disaster declaration by mid-September to unlock financial aid for individuals and local governments. Meanwhile, closer to home, we still have that wildfire that broke out Friday near Mount Rainier. It's the Grand Park 2 fire. It's burned an estimated 200 to 300 acres. Seattle police investigating a triple shooting at a party in a short-term rental near 10th Avenue East and East Lynn Street. This happened early this morning, as we hear from KIRO News Radio's James Lynch.
911 calls for gunfire started coming in about 12:40. Officers found the party at the Airbnb and collected evidence, but no victims. Here's SPD Detective Shane Weatherford.
While police were investigating, 3 victims showed up to local hospitals as 2 males and 1 female. They all had non-life-threatening gunshot wounds.
Detectives with the Gun Violence Reduction Unit are leading the investigation. Anyone with information is asked to call the Seattle Police Violent Crimes Tip Line at 206-233-5000. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
If you're planning to travel between Seattle and Portland this week, expect delays and schedule changes on Amtrak. The railroad says a disruption caused by a recent warehouse fire in Portland will continue through Friday. Bus service is replacing many trips, and some departures have been canceled. These 2 travelers had very different experiences, and they spoke with KIRO 7.
With no bus service from Vancouver to Portland, I don't understand that. There's no way to get from Vancouver to Portland or without paying $75 for an Uber.
Luckily, just got the notification that the train officially got canceled. So the folks here are fantastic. Amtrak came through for the win.
Amtrak is urging travelers to check train status online or through the Amtrak app before heading out. Let's get over now to the real-time traffic desk, see how the roads are moving. Here's Nate Connors.
Thanks, Frank. Well, we're getting busy out there. Your Seattle Mariners have the update. Everett-Marysville is a 20-minute drive. You're going to start to slow just north of 526 up to Highway 2, and then it becomes a bumper-to-bumper backup at the Snohomish River Bridge up to 529, and then you're good to go. Whatever was blocking eastbound 2 on the trestle appears to have cleared. You're still crowded, but no longer jammed up. Bellevue to Everett, 50 minutes. Seattle to Everett at 40. South 5 are bumper-to-bumper from Lake City Way to I-90. 35-minute trip from Linwood. North 5 scattered backups between the West Seattle Bridge and Ship Canal Bridge. 25 minutes from bridge to bridge. Bellevue to South Center on 405 is a 45-minute trip. Seattle to Federal Way will take you a half hour. Tacoma to Olympia, 45 minutes. We've got minor backups through South Tacoma, again through DuPont, and again between Lacey and Olympia. Don't miss fireworks nights all summer, presented by T-Mobile. The next show is August 21st as the Mariners take on the Cubs. Get your tickets at mariners.com/fireworks. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Weather forecast calling for lows overnight tonight in the mid-50s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, 79 degrees. Partly to mostly cloudy on Wednesday, up to about 76. Up to 80 on Thursday. Mostly sunny skies, 84 on Friday. 72 right now in downtown Seattle. For Aaron Granillo, I'm Frank Lenzi, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
KIRO 7 Pinpoint Alert Days, your advance notice to stay safe from heat, smoke, and summer storms. When weather threatens to disrupt your daily life and your plans, KIRO 7 sounds the alarm and alerts you days in advance. Stay informed, stay ready with KIRO 7 Pinpoint Weather only on KIRO 7 TV.
Well said, well read, Joe. Bucky. Locations, take the car to Bucky's. Can't go wrong. Take your car to Bucky's. 51 years is a long time. Fixing those cars right. Take your car to Bucky's. Bucky's. Take your car to Bucky's. Bucky's. You got a cat living in your car. Make sure you take it to Bucky's, it's not far. Or you can drop it off at a boat. Hey, got a lot of cats for that boat. It's Bucky's. Bucky's Auto Service. They only pay for 3 seconds, but we made it into a whole bed.
Wow. That felt good.
Boy, even the music ran
That's
out.
my jacket.
Wow.
How's my jacket look? Huh?
An honest answer?
That's terrible.
Oh, Rye gave it to you? That's awesome looking.
It's a vintage Curly's Tavern jacket. I spent $48 for this thing for my birthday. It's horrible. It smells weird. Got a hat that goes with it. Look at that, huh? For you YouTubers out there. Hey, let's do a remake of Jaws.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. 50th anniversary of Jaws coming up. So these guys have been working on this thing, shot for shot. Other amateur filmmakers have done this. Raiders of the Lost Ark, a bunch of kids did that one. Another one. Oh, somebody did Jurassic Park. You do shot for shot. You see the entire film. Then each time, whatever it is, where they set the cameras up, and these guys worked on this thing for 8 years. They created a shark. I think they talk about it. And they've got some serious Massachusetts accents in here for some of these guys. There you go.
Start off that engine. That's a 20-footer.
What up?
20-footer.
25 and 3 tons of her.
Called Quincy Jaws. My buddies were all Jaws fanatics. We would watch Jaws, rent a house down the vineyard, kind of watch it every day. We decide if everybody dresses up, we can do one scene at a time. We can make a movie. just for fun, and it took 8 years.
A lot of people heard about it once we got going, and then more people kind of wanted to be extras.
Here we go. Here's a shark. It's made of rubber roofing, and in the back is chicken wire, a little bit of wood, and styrofoam. Then in the front we have fiberglass. The bottom is styrofoam with some fiberglass, wooden shingle-shaped teeth. A lot of pitches. Scale. You need the scale. So the teeth can't be too big or too small. We winged it. We winged it like we normally do.
We have T-shirts and hoodies and beach towels.
We raise money, and we figured the best cause would be for down here, Quincy, fishing, veterans. Most importantly, the veterans.
You can see this. They do. Yeah, they think they have it posted somewhere, don't they? Quincy's Jaws.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Have you watched any of it?
No, I'm trying to find the USS. What was the monologue when they're down under the boat? Indianapolis.
We dropped the we dropped the bomb on them. Is it? Oh, the Kennedy and the 61 men went in the water. They're bobbing up and down in the morning. Is that guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, here we go.
Okay, here you go.
This went down about 12. Yes, Indianapolis. Japanese submarine slammed 2 torpedoes into our side. Just come back from the island of Tinian Delay. Just delivered the bomb.
Yeah.
The Hiroshima bomb. 1,100 men went into the water. This went down in about 12 minutes. Didn't see the first shark for about a half hour. Tiger. 13-footer. Now, you know that, Chief, when you're in the water? Tell by looking from the dorsal to the tail. What we didn't know was our bomb mission had been so secret, no distress signal had been sent. Didn't list us overdue for about a week.
Makes you miss Robert Shaw.
Oh, yeah.
Very first light.
I got to watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube.
It's funny, you also kind of miss the fact that they don't have a boom mic. So that kind of sort of loses. Just sort of like off to the side. 62 men went into it. And the original, the making of Jaws had a whole bunch of problems. The shark kept breaking down. They didn't have any money. They were running out of money. They kept saying to the producer, we need more time. They also ran into, I think, weather problems. They'd be able to get one shot off, and then the weather would problem. I love the fact that in the opening scene, if you haven't seen it, I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but the girl that is swimming, they told her, okay, so you're going to be attacked by the shark, but they didn't tell her, we're not going to tell you when we pull your there's a diver underneath. We're not going to tell you when we pull your legs down. So she's there just, swimming around, and then they would just yank her down. Because they really wanted to get that real reaction.
Robert Shaw was drunk basically every day on
and
set.
he hated
Richard Dreyfuss.
And he just hated one another.
Dreyfuss was out sleeping with every woman in the entire on Martha's Vineyard.
Was he really?
Oh yeah.
Robert, and then who played Brody? Roy Scheider. Roy Schneider. My dad used to live in New York City, and Roy Schneider lived across the street. My dad used to go to this little Greek restaurant for breakfast in the morning. I went up there to visit him once, and he said, "Hey, guess who's going to come in here?" I said, "Who?" Roy Scheider, the guy from Jaws. I said, "Yeah." He goes, he comes in every day, and he's the weirdest guy. You know what he's going to do? He's going to come in the front door, and they had a cigarette machine there because it's a Greek restaurant. Yeah, everybody has to smoke.
Sure.
And it was one of those cigarette machines that had a mirror in front of it. Like it had, you pull the thing but also had a mirror, big mirror. Roy Scheider would come in through the door, kneel down, pull out a comb, and then comb his hair in the mirror that was on the cigarettes. Huh. I guess, hey, watch this. He's going to come in the door. Look at this. Look at him. He's combing his hair. And he did. I was like, hey, how about that? I said, there's Roy Scheider. Dad's like, who cares? He's a weirdo. He was super tan then, too. Here comes Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
Yes, sir. This one brought to us by Harborstone Credit Union. South 5 into Seattle, bumper to bumper from Lake City Way to I-90. It's a 35-minute trip from Linwood into downtown. North 5, scattered backups on the West Seattle Bridge to Ship Canal Bridge, less than a half hour from bridge to bridge. Westbound 90, your ramp to southbound I-5. We have a new collision partially blocking that ramp. Bellevue to South Center, 45 minutes. It is jam-packed from Northeast 8th and Bellevue all the way to the VMAC, and then things open right up for you. We've got road work and a new configuration on 405 at the VMAC, and that's what the big slowdown there is. In JBLM, North 5 at Bridgeport Way, a crash blocks your right lane. If you're heading through North Bend, westbound 90, 3-mile bumper-to-bumper backup heading into North Bend near milepost 35 due to road work. And westbound 18, a 2 to 3 mile backup heading up Tiger Mountain Summit. Open a money market special online with 3.75 annual percentage yield with full access to your money the entire time at harborstone.com/money market. Insured by NCUA. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Charlie Harger.
I want to be a watchdog.
From Seattle's Morning News.
Somebody who is not accepting from the government at face value what they're telling you. I might not even be necessarily against a politician, but if I see an issue or a policy that I think are worthy of a conversation, I'm going to bring it up.
Hear Charlie's 7:35 commentary every morning on Seattle's Morning News.
You can watch all of Charlie's commentaries anytime on the KIRO Newsradio YouTube channel.
For 250 years, Americans have believed in one powerful idea, that we are meant to live free. Free to work hard, free to move, free to enjoy life without being held back. But if the natural effects of aging are slowing you down, it might be time to declare your independence from aging. John Curley here. Longevity Medical Clinic has been treating the undesirable effects of aging for nearly 30 years. They have more clinical experience with actual patient care than any longevity practice in the country. I've been a patient for 17 years. Wow, time flies when you got a lot of energy. I don't know where I'd be today without longevity. Longevity Medical Clinic was started so people can get back to living life on their own terms, walking, working, exercising, and enjoying the moments that matter most. This year, as we celebrate 250 years of American independence, take a stand for your own freedom. Get your free health analysis at Longevity Medical Clinic. Find out more at lmclinic.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Jane is a small business owner. Tell them what that's like, Jane.
Yeah, well, it's like a roller coaster with a lot of ups and downs, and some days things can feel like they're flying off the rails.
Yep, it's a lot. But the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business can help you manage it all. With the largest, fastest fiber-powered network designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect.
Nice. So everything stays on track.
The Total Solutions Advantage. No one does business like Comcast Business.
The more solutions you add, the more you save. Get started today with a qualifying internet package for as low as $60 a month when you add an advanced solution. Plus, new customers, ask how to get up to $1,500 in prepaid cards when you add 2 lines of mobile to a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and automatic payments with bank account required. $60 offer requires 300 meg internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. Equipment, tax, and fees extra. Prepaid card offers end 9/13/2026.
Did you know that nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all? That may be the reason why your home is way too hot in the summer and way too cold in the winter. It may also be the reason that your energy bills are sky high. Right now, Insulation Northwest is offering a free inspection of your home's insulation. This is a $199 value and it's absolutely free, no obligation. Just call today and Insulation Northwest will arrange a time that works with your schedule. We'll perform a thorough exam of your home's insulation and give you the advice you need to start saving thousands. Every Everyone who calls today will also receive a free infrared screening of your home using the latest technology. This will help reveal any hidden flaws in your home's protective energy blanket. What do you have to lose? It only takes about an hour and it's absolutely free. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. On BritBox, your next hidden gem is right around the corner.
If you're going to be bold, here is the place to do it.
Get ready for Britain's most anticipated series, streaming exclusively on BritBox. Catch new seasons of favourites, including Ludwig, starring David Mitchell.
You want someone to get murdered?
And the eagerly awaited new adaptation of Agatha Christie's iconic detective duo, Tommy and Tuppence.
Do you think we're actually really good at this?
Stream the best of British TV on BritBox. Watch with a free trial.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
If your water heater's failing or running out too fast, we've got CM Heating's Comfort as a Service program. Get a new system starting at just $44.99 a month with lifetime repairs and maintenance included. Book your free estimate today at cmheating.com.
License number CMHEAHL 750LP.
Spike O'Neill here. If your loved one's caregiver is planning a vacation or just needs a break, why not consider Aegis Living Respite Care? A short-term stay that provides 24/7 expert care, Aegis Living amenities, and peace of mind for you and your family. Go to aegisliving.com/spike to schedule a visit today.
This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. Our summertime savings event means zero down, zero payments, and zero interest for up to 24 months, backed by our unbeatable warranties. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today.
Here it comes, $905 million, the biggest, eighth biggest in history. Is it tonight? Yep. 8 o'clock tonight, the big Powerball draw.
Lottery fever across America with the Powerball jackpot at a whopping $905 million, the eighth largest in history. If you stack that money up in $100 bills.
Oh, God, here we go. It'll reach from here to Nebraska.
That would weigh nearly 10 metric tons, or roughly 2 adult elephants. If you take it in singles, you'd need 28 shipping containers to house all that cash. If somebody wins in tonight's drawing, they would take home an estimated cash value of $391 million if choosing the lump sum payment.
Take the lump sum?
Yes.
Yeah.
We asked people what they would do if they won the
Oh, here we go. Let's go on the street and ask a bunch of people. If you hookers and blow, and I'd waste the rest. Remember that time that one guy said that?
Lottery.
I would open up my own equine therapy horse barn.
Okay, and can you tell me more about why?
Because I love helping people and I want to give people more opportunities.
The odds of winning one of the jackpots is about 290 million to 1. The largest jackpot was more than $2 billion back in 2022 when a lucky winner in California took home the money.
We don't do this anymore. Didn't we used to do that where Ursula, we used to organize this thing?
Oh, the work pot?
Yeah, we had the work pot, right? Andrew, is that still going on?
Man, I don't know.
I think that, place has lost its spirit.
If it is, we're not invited.
No, I don't. Normally, she would put it on the table.
Yeah.
We're just a bunch of old, beaten down horses.
On all the money, what would you do with it?
Bunch of hookers and cocaine.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we don't even care anymore. We don't need the $905 million. There was March 30th, 2005. They had, I think it was $13 million was in this jackpot. And they had one winner, and then they had 110 other people coming in second. They'd missed by one number, 22, 28, 32, 33, 39, 40. They missed by one number. And they're like, the officials were like, wait, something, this is really weird. We don't have normally 110 people. Right up to the actual number, just missing it by that much, this is very strange. So they did a bunch of investigations, and what they found was there's a fortune cookie company, I think they're in Massachusetts, and they always put in there like, here's some lucky numbers for you. You ever seen those in the fortune cookie? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So a bunch of people that had gotten fortune cookies, 110 of them were like, let's play this one. And those were the numbers that were on the cookie. And they all bought the numbers because they got the cookie, and then that's how they ended up winning in the thing. And then there was one in Pennsylvania, WTAE in Pittsburgh. The guy, the beloved weatherman, weighed down the little balls, the little ping pong balls, with paint, latex paint. He injected paint into them so they wouldn't pop up. And then the numbers that did pop up were 666. And he was able to cash it on that one.
New Mexico saw Jeffrey Epstein win, I think twice.
Oh, here we go.
Don't play the lottery in New Mexico.
Here we go.
Welcome to the hole.
You can make it through the whole show without that one. Here comes Nate checking traffic.
All right, all in all, it's looking pretty light out there. A Monday light commute. Seattle to Everett looking great at just 35 minutes. Scattered slowing between Shoreline and Mill Creek. Bellevue to Everett, 50 minutes. You're crowded through Bellevue and Kirkland. Thinning out through Totem Lake, and then we'll jam up again in Alderwood approaching Damson Road. Here in Seattle, westbound 90 at your ramp to South 5, a collision partially blocks that ramp. Traffic starts to slow as you pop out of the Mercer Tunnel. Down toward JBLM, we just cleared our collision North 5 at Bridgeport Way. Had that right lane blocked now, sitting on the shoulder. And on the water, the Clinton Ferry Terminal has a 90-minute wait for drivers. The Edmonds-Kingston Ferry route reporting a 1-hour wait for drivers at both terminals. KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
A wildfire disaster unfolding just east of us.
The Spokane fires destroyed hundreds of homes and forced tens of thousands to evacuate. Unprecedented stories of loss, devastation, and heartbreak.
It was a beautiful home. It really was.
And there was a lot of terror because it's loud. It's hot.
Join KIRO News Radio in doing whatever you can for our neighbors in Spokane. See how you can help at mynorthwest.com.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. There's been a rash of reports of fake contractors ripping homeowners off for roof replacements and other jobs. That's why it is so important to know the company coming to your home. And that's why I put my name behind Valentine Roofing. Every customer can expect the Valentine experience. That's seamless communication, meticulous cleanup, and extra mile service. So if you think your roof is on its last legs, if you want to beat the rain and beat the mad rush, Valentine Roofing is now offering priority scheduling for your roof replacement. That means when you call Valentine Roofing today, they can get your job started within 3 weeks of signing the agreement. And they make the process so simple. You can expect an estimate with transparent pricing and options that fit your needs in about an hour. Since 2008, thousands of Western Washington homeowners like me have chosen Valentine Roofing for their roofing needs, and you can trust them too. So call 206 Roofing to schedule your free estimate. That's 206 Roofing. And remember, when you see the red Valentine van, you know your home is in good hands.
If you haven't been to the Earthwise Salvage Lumber Warehouse in Soto yet, this is the week. Fresh shipments land every day. Beams, flooring, shelves, live edge slabs, and so much more. One-of-a-kind pieces you can't find anywhere else. Contractors, designers, DIYers, no time to lumber around. Inventory changes daily. This stuff is rare, it's real, and once it's gone for good. So get here first. Earthwise Salvage Lumber Warehouse. Open in Soto. Go to ewsalvage.com. Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
At Guardian Roofing, Gutters, and Insulation, we understand improving your home is an investment in your family, and we're here to help make it easier. With our flexible financing, keeping your family safe, comfortable, and dry has never been more affordable. For more than 20 years, Guardian has earned the trust of thousands of homeowners across the Pacific Northwest with a reputation for quality that lasts. So why wait? Start guarding your home today. Call or visit GuardianRoofing.com.
Join the conversation and text your favorite show on the KIRO News Radio text line at 888-973-KIRO. That's 888-973-5476. Powered by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
The Boeing Classic welcomes the world's greatest golf legends to the Pacific Northwest, August 14th through the 16th at the club at Snoqualmie Ridge. Watch Masters champions and Golf Hall of Famers compete for a $2.3 million purse at the only PGA Tour champion stop in the region. Bring the whole family and make sure to check out the Seahawks Village, packed with fun for all ages. Tickets start at just $20 and kids get in free. Visit BoeingClassic.com to get yours today.
If you care about keeping groceries affordable, listen up. Seattle City Hall is considering an ordinance that could put grocery discounts, rewards, and coupons at risk. The mayor's proposed fair pricing ordinance could have the exact opposite outcome and make everyday living more expensive. Protect Seattle Savings is working with the mayor's office to improve the proposal and keep costs down. But we could use your help. Visit ProtectSeattleSavings.com to learn more and join the cause. This message is supported by Safeway.
I've lived here almost my entire life.
Seattle's morning news host, Charlie Harger.
I love Seattle. I love that I'm able to raise my children here.
Hear Charlie's 7:35 commentary every morning on Seattle's morning news.
So when I see something that I think might need some attention, that's me pointing out areas of improvement. That is not me saying that Seattle is somehow bad.
You can watch all of Charlie's commentaries anytime on the KIRO Newsradio YouTube channel.
It's the little things at Subaru of Puyallup, a team that listens, straightforward pricing. Through August 31st, incredible financing on select models during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
ABC News, I'm Stephanie Officer. President Trump at a White House event today asked to ballpark when the Strait of Hormuz would reopen.
The only one that has control of the Strait of Hormuz right now is the United States Navy. We have a blockade that's been infallible. It's a steel wall. And we let people in that we want to let in, and those people come in, and they've been coming in and they're going out. So it's actually open now.
Severe storms moving from the Midwest to the Northeast. More than 67 million Americans are on alert for storm systems that spawned possible tornadoes in Illinois. ABC News meteorologist Samara Theodore.
From Bakersfield to Redding, California, right on up to Idaho Falls into the Texas Panhandle, we have single-digit humidity and gust up to 40 miles per hour. That is a recipe for wildfires. The smoke from these fires is going to diminish the air quality for places like Spokane, Walla Walla, Boise, Denver.
This is ABC News. 4 more states are holding primary elections tomorrow night, including an important swing state, Wisconsin.
Just one day to go until the primary for governor, where Democratic Socialist Francesca Hong is taking on Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley, the pick of the party establishment.
This race has been chaotic. It has been messy.
Polls show Hong with a commanding lead. The big question hanging over her campaign, can a Democratic Socialist win a general election in a swing state? Hong, a state lawmaker and restaurant owner, is pushing for universal health care and a higher minimum wage.
That's ABC's Karen Hua. The West Coast facing a double whammy of elevated wildfire danger and air quality alerts. Denim company Levi's reports a cyber breach in a new SEC filing saying corporate info was accessed. The Dukes of Hazzard star Ben Jones has died. He played a mechanic known as Cooter on the show. Jones' wife says on social media he suffered a heart attack. He was 84. I'm Stephanie Officer, ABC News.
Governor Ferguson has praised the federal government's response to the Spokane fires. Now he's got an even bigger ask. We'll get more on that in just a moment. But first, here's Nate Connors at the traffic desk.
Thank you, Frank. Let's see. This one brought to us by Seattle Sports. Everett to Marysville, 25 minutes. We've got scattered backups between 526 and 529. Northbound 529 is now packed from the Snohomish River into Marysville. Everett to Seattle, just a 40-minute drive, half hour from Linwood. You're wide open until you hit Lake City Way, and then from there it's packed all the way in the downtown. Everett to Bellevue, wide open, just a half hour. Bellevue, once you get into it, is South 405. We're bumper to bumper bumper from Northeast 8th all the way to Northeast 44th near the VMAC. It's 40 minutes between Bellevue and Renton right now. Westbound 90 on our ramp to South 5, still looking at a collision, partially blocking that on-ramp. Traffic starts to slow at the Mercer Tunnel. Bellevue to Seattle now is up to a half hour, 20 minutes on 520. North 5, scattered backups between the West Seattle Bridge and Ship Canal Bridge. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway has improved already to a half-hour trip. And Tacoma to Olympia looking at 45 minutes. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial on 97.3 HD2. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. For Aaron Granillo, I'm Frank Lindsay. Tacoma Animal Control officers rescued 23 more cats today from that sailboat anchored off Owen Beach. That brings the total rescued to 54. Shelby Boyd is with Tacoma Police.
The animal control supervisor said that he would consider them in okay condition, maybe some skin, fur issues, but generally speaking, they're in okay condition.
There are still 2 cats believed to be on board. They were found living in unsafe conditions, many of them frightened and malnourished, and they will likely be put up for adoption. The federal government has already granted Washington an emergency declaration and a public health emergency for the wildfires. Now, Governor Bob Ferguson says the state will make an even bigger ask. He wants a major disaster declaration. He expects to request it by mid-September.
I'm very aware that these major disaster declarations are not always granted. And so we are determined to make our case as compelling as possible.
If granted, the declaration would unlock direct financial assistance for individuals and funding to repair damaged public infrastructure across 7 eastern Washington counties. Some of the Level 3 Go Now evacuation orders are being scaled back in Spokane. This woman who was sifting through the rubble of her home tells KIRO 7 what it was like as those flames closed in.
Look around. I mean, this isn't any place somebody should be if they don't have to be. You could see that the entire neighborhood was on fire.
Protective gear is being put outside of each home. Officials say the ash could contain cancer-causing chemicals. A fire closer to home continues to burn near Mount Rainier. It's the Grand Park 2 fire. It's already torched about 200 to 300 acres. Air quality has gotten better around here. Puget Sound Clean Air Agency said this afternoon that after last week's wildfire smoke came in, conditions got to unhealthy for sensitive groups. But now their monitors indicate air quality is in the good category and should stay there until Wednesday for King, Pierce, Snohomish, and Kitsap counties. 2 students shot to death at a bus stop outside Rainier Beach High School back in January, and now one of their families is preparing a lawsuit.
The family of 17-year-old Trevea Hoffmuse says the district had a duty to protect him and failed. Attorney Laura Hrushka.
In addition to the heightened duty that a school district has to protect students from known dangers, the district had actually made an additional promise pursuant to a safety plan that was understood between the adults.
That safety plan said Trevea couldn't leave campus on his own, and he was supposed to get a ride to and from school. The day he died, his grandmother called requesting a ride that apparently never came. Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Weather forecast calling for partly cloudy skies overnight. Lows around 55, 56 degrees. Then partly cloudy and 79 tomorrow. Partly to mostly cloudy on Wednesday, high of 76. Then mostly sunny and 80 on Thursday. 73 right now in Seattle. For Aaron Granillo, I'm Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Wow.
Darn it.
That felt good. I've never had gonorrhea.
Darn it. I spilled my coffee. Hold on. No, I got it. Don't panic. Hang on. I'll take the jacket. This is why I'm wearing the jacket. This is what I was trying to do. I was trying to be organized.
I can't believe this.
We got paper.
This is a disaster.
All right, Tina, you're not helping. You are not helping. All right, hang on. Thank you, Joe. They don't be like, oh, look, Joe has to clean up after Curly. That's not the case. Right? No.
Can we try that again?
Oh, yeah, that wasn't the best start. Hang on. It's a Monday, you know? Come on, Teeny, say something encouraging. Okay, fine. I'll take it. Hit it, please. Got it. Here we go with the John Curley Show. And all of you coming along for the ride here. 1-888-973-54-767. Notes. My notes.
Disgusting!
What are you doing? I got it. That doesn't help me. I wrote my notes down.
Oh.
Here we go, everybody. Best and worst. This is not going to come as a great shock to anybody. This is Wallet Hub does this all the time. They take a look at best place to start a business, worst place to start a business, business expense, chances of your business lasting more than 5 years. They do all the numbers on it. How do we do? Well, let's see. Florida, Utah, Texas, these are the top ones. Florida, Utah, Texas, Oklahoma, Mississippi, and then you get into Indiana's in there. They would go all the way, all the way. There we are. There's Washington. Overall, ranked 38th when it comes to business expense. We're 42nd. Cost of doing business, 43rd. Yep, that's from Wallet Hub. They
38th, by the way.
38th altogether. Yeah, so it's good. I don't know where we were like 5 years ago, but Florida, Utah, Texas, Oklahoma, Mississippi. Not saying, there's a consistency there. They all happen to be Republican states. You have states that have high taxes. You have states that have control of unions, control the lawmakers. This is what we have. It's not good because you need actual businesses to generate wealth so that the function of government can siphon that wealth off and redistribute it to special interests. Terrible spot that we're in, but it's not news to anybody. In fact, somebody decided when they got a U-Haul and they were driving through Cle Elum, they had a big U-Haul in the back of the U-Haul. Rance has this story on Seattle Red. It says Katie Wilson, bye, or something like that. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye and a middle finger.
And middle finger, they drew on the thing. I don't know where they're going, but I guess they want one final say as they decided to leave the state.
We don't know where they're coming from either.
What do you mean?
No, we don't know that they were necessarily a business owner or in Seattle proper. We just know.
We know they're leaving. We know that they're heading east. Yeah. The other part, we've always talked about the fact that a lot of Democrats have been saying, and some independents, there's no evidence that people are leaving. Please, you just look online. You can see the number of homes that have been available and are now on the market, an increase. If only I hadn't spilled everything. Here we go. King County. These are luxury homes that are valued anywhere between $3 million all the way up to like $60 million. 84% increase year over year. East Side, 60% increase. Kirkland had 102% increase from 150 to 303. That is in 1 year. That's in 1 year. Big luxury homes on the market. And more will hit all the time because why? Where are they going? Why are they selling their house? It's so obvious. And they can leave, and those that can't leave are going to, unfortunately, be left holding the bag. That's why we had Brian Hayward on earlier, and he said all he needs is 1.8 million people, 1.8 million people to vote yes and yes, yes on all of the initiatives. There are three groups that will look at that ballot, one on the left, one on the right. You know where the left is going to be. You know where the right will be on the ballot. But then there's the thing called the persuadables. And those are the ones that you're going to hear most of Let's Go Washington speaking to. And that will also be the ones that the SEIU 770 is going to be spending a ton of money on social media and KIRO and Como and King, all sources of media to get everybody that are persuadable to vote. They want you on a no. They don't want the parents to know what's happening in school. They don't want to protect girls and girl sports, and they don't want you to stop the taking and the unconstitutional taxing of income. So here it comes. I have not heard as much as I thought I would have. It seems to be sort of percolating at a much lower level of awareness. It sort of took off when the initiative first passed. We got the 550-some thousand signatures in there, and now it's just kind of waiting, quietly waiting. There's $150 million that the union has ready to spend, whether they spend all of it or not. And Brian Haywood has said to me and to others and publicly that he's going to need to come up with at least $20 to $30 million in order to be able to answer the ads that you'll see running on TV and radio. The sad thing is there's very little support financially, and there's not a lot of people behind the protecting girls' sports. There's got news, of course, when Sophie Cunningham was here, and the whole thing with Brandy and the girls were out front. But they don't really have any kind of mojo going on the thing. Most of the attention is being spent on the millionaires thing. So I guess what they'll think is that people will go, okay, yes on the millionaires, yes on this, and yes on that. And you'll be able to make adjustments as to the laws in the state of Washington. Hopefully that's the case. Have you noticed? Have you noticed anything different? Are you get people talking about girls protecting girls' sports and
I think
Parents' Bill of Rights?
No, not the Parents' Bill of Rights one in particular. And I think it feels like the boys and girls sports issue tends to be one that people are not comfortable talking about.
Publicly?
Yeah, or just even in casual conversation. Because immediately if take Sophie Cunningham, for example, she never said anything disparaging about trans people. In fact, she said the opposite. I love trans people. I'm not a hateful person. I just want to protect the girls that play my sport. But immediately she's kind of been labeled as a Barbie maggot, MAGA Barbie, something like that, and she's been protested against. So I think people feel like if you speak out one way or another, you are taking a side, whether you like it or not.
You are taking a side. Girls should play against girls and boys should play against boys. And if you are a boy and you think you're a girl, it doesn't get you in the locker room. It doesn't get you on the field. It gets you whatever you want to get, but it doesn't get you competing against girls. It's simple biology.
No, I get it, but you see what I'm saying, right?
No, I get it.
If I agree with you,
then you're a rational human being that understands biology.
But you get labeled as
a person
MAGA Barbie or something. You know what I mean?
That's throw anything you want at you, right? It's like I saw somebody with a T-shirt the other day says, "I'm not a racist. I'm statistical enthusiast." So he's like, basically, I'll just give you the numbers on something. The same thing on this. They'll throw any kind of ism at you when you say, I think girls should play against girls and boys should play against boys. And if a boy that thinks he's a girl doesn't get him on the field, oh, you hate trans, this, phobic, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, you yell whatever you want to yell, but it doesn't stop the simple fact that the boy has an advantage to the girl. And the weird part is that it's so classic, the argument, and you hear the word Marxism all the time on this, but it's always the same. Victim, victimizer. Oppressed, oppressor. Okay, who's more sympathetic? The boy that's confused and believes he's a girl, or the girl who's out there running around on the track? Who do we feel more sorry for? So therefore, then that's the person that we will yield to. It's like, well, this person's got more problems than you've got. You're perfectly fine. You're healthy. You're running around. You don't have any of these problems. So therefore, we're going to ask you to acquiesce, and you're the one that's going to have to compromise to somebody else because they are the ones that need this love and support and everything else. Yeah, they do. They need love and support. They need all that stuff, but doesn't mean that you lose your right as a female athlete to be able to compete against other athletes that are female. It's so simple, but again, it's
been weaponized.
Yes, all of it. Anytime, it's constantly weaponized. The oppressed, oppressor. Who's the victim? And then it's always a race to the bottom. You're a victim? Oh, I'm more of a victim than you are. And then that's where the intersectionality of, well, if you're this and that and this, you score more points. You're more of a victim than somebody else, and therefore more stuff has to be done just for you. Why did they arrest anybody from Minneapolis, Joe?
I don't think so.
No. this is pretty simple where I guess the people used to do on bikes that they would do sort of a mass protest, an impact protest to slow down, or in order to just let cars know we deserve to be on the road as much as you.
Critical mass.
Critical mass. So here they decided they'd do it with a bunch of scooters in Minneapolis, hundreds of people riding e-bikes and scooters on I-35 West, inspiring a small incursion in Seattle. Oh, didn't then Seattle decide to do the same thing?
Guys, we're at Pioneer Square right now. If you are on your way, we will be waiting like around 10 to 15 minutes before we take out. We're going to be heading to the Space Needle. And then from there, I'm not too sure. But it looks like people are just arriving. What? Look who joined us, too.
Who joined him?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's awesome. More people are coming. More people are coming by the minute.
Where'd they end up going?
All over the place. Here, let me see.
God, I wish I knew who was showing up because it sounded really exciting that guy was there. That's fun. Nobody's hurt.
I did see at one point they were going the wrong way on a one-way street, which is dangerous.
Pandemonium. That's it. Wow, exciting. Thanks for YouTube. Hope you enjoyed that. Inspired in Minneapolis, the scooters as well. They try either slow stuff down or just, got nothing else to do. Go pool hopping. It's far more fun.
We don't have enough pools here.
Not enough pools, but go. Man, we used to sneak into the neighbor's house and sneak in over to across the street to the Lexus. That was the best. And the rule was the one guy, I forget if we would choose who it was, had to be the last person to dive in off the diving board and make and scream as you're going into the water. And you had to do like a can opener or a cannonball and then scream. And then we all had to jump out of the pool and then the light would come on and the guy would come out and scream at all of us. But it was great because you'd sneak in on really hot summer nights and we'd be in there.
Baby crimes.
Baby crime. And then we'd be in there laughing and then somebody would fart and bubbles would come up and then that was it. We lose our little nose. Yeah, a little bit of pole hopping. Nobody's ever hurt by something like that. Good for them. Hey, good news. We had Becca on a couple of weeks ago. She's a mom who's on North Aurora Avenue, or off North Aurora. She just had that street that got closed down. Remember when they put the barricades up because they didn't like all the pimps shooting at each other? There were wars that were going on, bullets flying all over the place, going through people's homes. So they set up their own barriers. Then the city came in and said, yeah, you know what, we'll redirect traffic. And when Becca came on and told us her story, and she said, we don't want to live like this anymore. We're terrified. We are appreciative of the fact that the city has stepped in. And I said to her before we hung up, I said, Becca, would you do us a favor? Will you check in and see, let us know how things are going since the city has stepped in. Are things improving? And nice to know that on Saturday, she called.
Oh, hi. I was trying to reach the John Curley Show.
On a Saturday?
This is Becca on North 100th Street between Aurora and Linden. And I wanted to give you guys an update. The children on our block have been having a great summer. They've been playing in the road because there's almost no traffic on our street now, which is incredibly amazing. It's quiet, it's safe, and my daughter, she roller skated in the street. The neighbor kids were playing kick the can out there tonight, and they really need that because, a lot of them live in apartments and they don't really have a backyard. So we just feel really safe here now. We had a block party last week for National Night Out, and everybody gave thumbs up on the barricades. We've had no sound of gunfire near our houses, no pimps driving down the road. Like, all of that has just completely stopped. So problem solved here. So just wanted to give you all an update because John had asked me to do that.
Thank you, Becca.
Again, this is Becca calling from North 100th Street between Aurora and Linden.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Becca. Nice. Thanks for the update. I wonder, since they've redirected traffic, and we've tried to find out if now the pimps are going down other roads that are now causing problems for anybody else. I looked to see in the police blotter. I couldn't find if there's any shots being fired because basically just pushing people either up Aurora or further down Aurora Avenue and causing problems somewhere else. But for the little neighborhoods that were right there, they didn't like the fact that these guys were doing circles right in front of their house. Did you happen to see if if it's moving somewhere else.
Wasn't able to find.
I wasn't either.
I'm
like there, and then I just decided to screw it. I just threw my water down on everything.
That's
right there.
Love that for Becca though. Kick the can's one of my favorites.
Freeze tag.
Yes, freeze tag was great.
You play TV tag. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
And then you get on base, and then you could do the electric thing. So one guy's got his hand on base, and then you can hold the other person's hand. So then they're technically also on base, even though there's like an electric line of people.
Yes.
And that one. You guys did you have all that stuff, Andrew?
I do not get it.
Oh, Tina, you live in a jar. Andrew, freeze tag?
Oh, freeze tag. Yeah, I love freeze tag.
Kick the can?
I don't know kick the can, but I know freeze tag.
Oh,
kick the can.
That says a lot about
Sounds
you.
like I'm missing out.
Oh, too late now. Here comes Nate checking traffic.
This one brought to you by Subaru of Puyallup up in Everett, eastbound 2 at the EB Slough. Looks like we've got a new blocking problem. You're backed up all the way to I-5. North 5 is improving. We're crowded between Highway 2 and 529. South 5 heading into Seattle, bumper to bumper from Ravenna Boulevard. I-90, North 5 scattered backup starting just before the West Seattle Bridge of the Ship Canal. 25 minutes to get through all this. We cleared our crash westbound 90 at the on-ramp to southbound I-5. South 405, you're bumper to bumper from Mid-Bellevue all the way to the VMAC. North 405 at the West Valley Highway. Looks like we might have a new collision here. We're backed up to I-5. And then eastbound 518 is backed up from Highway 99 over onto 405. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event through August 31st, enjoy great financing on select new cars at Subaru of Puyallup. Visit SubaruofPuyallup.com, your stress-free dealership. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Again, Nate Connors, if you've got yourself a bad shoulder, an elbow, an ankle, wrist, knee, or hip like I had, past tense, the guy to see is Dr. Mark Wagner. Have you done any research on stem cells? He's done more than 20,000 of these stem cell procedures. It's a 90-minute outpatient procedure done right there in Seattle. It is really amazing. You're talking to a guy, he feels to me like a coach. Not only has he been a practicing physician for more than 30 years, but you get the sense that he really wants you back in the game. And it doesn't have to be some formalized sporting event. It could just be being able to hike or walk or get up out of a chair or drive in a car. Just simply being able to get your life back because the shoulder, the elbow, the ankle, wrist, whatever it is, that's really been hampering you and causing you a great deal of pain, the answer could be right there with your own stem cells. You should really talk to Dr. Mark Wagner before you go under the surgeon's knife. Go see Dr. Mark Wagner at drmarkwagnermd.com. That's drmarkwagnermd.com.
I've lived here almost my entire life.
Seattle's morning news host, Charlie Harger.
I love Seattle. I love that I'm able to raise my children here.
Hear Charlie's 7:35 commentary every morning on Seattle's morning news.
So when I see something that I think might need some attention, that's me pointing out areas of improvement. That is not me saying that Seattle is somehow bad.
You can watch all of Charlie's commentaries anytime on the KIRO Newsradio YouTube channel.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. Beat the rain and beat the mad rush. Valentine Roofing is now offering priority scheduling for your roof replacement. When you call Valentine Roofing today, they can get your job started within 3 weeks of signing the agreement. And they make the process so simple. You're going to receive an estimate with transparent pricing and options that fit your needs in about an hour. So call 206 Roofing to schedule your free estimate. That's 206 Roofing. And remember, when you see the red Valentine van, you know your home is in good hands.
Jane is a small business owner. Tell them what that's like, Jane.
Yeah, well, it's like a roller coaster with a lot of ups and downs, and some days things can feel like they're flying off the rails.
Yep, it's a lot. But the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business can help you manage it all. With the largest, fastest fiber-powered network designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect.
Nice. So everything stays on track.
The Total Solutions Advantage. No one does business like Comcast Business.
The more solutions you add, the more you save. Get started today with a qualifying internet package for as low as $60 a month when you add an advanced solution. Plus, new customers, ask how to get up to $1,500 in prepaid cards when you add 2 lines of mobile to a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and automatic payments with bank account required. $60 offer requires 300 meg internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Prepaid card offers end 9/13/2026.
How would you like to invest in the Seattle real estate market, one of the hottest and most stable regions in the country, and achieve a great rate of return on your investment without the effort of sourcing a deal, the expense and time of building permits, or all the hassles that come with being a landlord? Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Invest in the stability and ease of Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund. Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Jason Rance here. If your water heater is getting older, leaking, or running out of hot water, CM Heating has an affordable solution. Get a new gas or electric water heater installed starting at just $44.99 a month. With CM Heating's Comfort as a Service program, you'll get lifetime repairs and maintenance at no extra charge. Parts and labor covered for life. Plus, same-day installation is available in many cases. Schedule your free estimate today at cmheating.com.
License number CMHEAHL 750LP.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Looking for a simple solution to hair loss this summer? Get the same breakthrough one-day treatment I received at Advanced Hair during their once yearly summer savings event. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and Advanced Hair guarantees it will grow. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during their best offer of the year. For details and a free consultation, call 425-449-8185, advancedhair.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good evening. For Aaron Granillo, I'm Frank Lindsay. The state has already secured a federal emergency declaration and public health emergency. Now Governor Ferguson is asking for a major disaster declaration in connection with the wildfires. That would open up federal money for people affected by those fires, especially the ones in Spokane. Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown says hundreds of homes have been lost and thousands of people are displaced.
It's been a rough 10 days in Spokane. It's hard to believe that we evacuated nearly a quarter of our population in a few hours.
Now, firefighters are making progress on the wildfires in the Spokane area as well as the one near Mount Rainier, but dangerous fire weather remains a concern across the state. KIRO News Radio meteorologist Ted Beener tells Seattle's Morning News.
It doesn't look like we're going to have any significant rain anytime in the near future. And you look at the outlook all the way into September, continued good odds on above normal temperatures and below average precipitation.
Amtrak warning travelers a major disruption between Seattle and Portland has been extended through Friday. Here's KIRO News Radio's James Lynch.
It was a warehouse fire near Portland August 2nd that forced the suspension of rail service. Many trains are being replaced by buses, but some trips are canceled altogether. Impacted customers will be contacted directly by Amtrak. Passengers can change their trip for free or request a full refund. For the latest information, check your specific train status on Amtrak's website or on their app. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
The Washington State Patrol investigating a fatal auto pedestrian crash on I-5 near 272nd in Federal Way. Trooper Rick Johnson says a 33-year-old Seattle woman apparently jumped out of a moving car and got hit by another vehicle.
The second vehicle that struck the individual was related or friends or something.
From police drones in Everett to school resource officers in Longview, more than $8 million in federal grants are headed to Washington law enforcement. DOJ funds cover equipment, training, and personnel for the state, 10 cities and counties, too. Seattle Police Department and surrounding agencies will get the largest local share at more than $842,000. President Trump today signed an executive order calling for spacing out childhood vaccines into separate medical visits and splitting the combined measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine into 3 different shots. It's 5:32. Let's head over now to the traffic desk to check in with Nate Connors.
Hey, thanks, Frank. Our Monday light commute has peaked, and we're beginning to see some of our major routes clear out up in Everett. Whatever was blocking eastbound 2 near the EB Slough has cleared, and that backup is quickly thinning out. North 5, the main line through Everett, slows between Broadway and State Route 529. Nothing real heavy here. Everett to Marysville, less than 20 minutes. Bellevue to Everett on 405, down to a 40-minute commute. Seattle to Everett is just a half hour with scattered slowing between Linwood and Mill Creek. Bellevue on 405, we're looking at scattered backups between Bellevue and Totem Lake. South 5, bumper to bumper from Ravenna to I-90. North 5, scattered backups in the West Seattle Bridge of the Ship Canal. In Alderwood, we've got a collision eastbound 524 Damson Road. That's on the east side of the freeway, and you're backed up to Cypress Way on the west side of the freeway. About a mile bumper to bumper backup here. Federal Way to Tacoma, 25 minutes. We're slow from State Route 18 all the way to State Route 16. This report brought to you by Bucky's Complete Auto Care. Is your car's AC blowing warm air? Don't sweat it. Save $50 on any AC service at Bucky's. 16 family-owned locations. No appointment needed. Bucky's.com. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Weather forecast calling for partly cloudy skies overnight. Lows around 55 degrees. Partly cloudy, 79 tomorrow. Partly to mostly cloudy and 76 on Wednesday. We warm up to 80 on Thursday, 84 on Friday. 74 degrees right now in Seattle. For Aaron Granillo, I'm Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, TD. What do we do every day this time? What do we do?
I do not know.
Spin the wheel! Sorry. There's names of all the players. Goes round and round, different colors, red, white, and blue, in honor of 250 years of this great country. It lands on me. Oh, okay, good. I like them poached, like my Wilcox Family Farm eggs poached. 3 of them. And then I like to take a piece of bread and tear it up into pieces and then put it in the bowl and mix it all up and then just eat it up. That's don't placate me. That's the Curly poached egg right there. It's going to go in the book with all the other great recipes, except for those crappy one that Nate gave us the other day. It's Wilcox Family Farm eggs. Thank you very much. Okay. I am torn on the flock cameras. Yeah, I know it's a violation of the Fourth Amendment. It's you're going in there and you're following somebody. You are taking pictures of them. The ACLU is on this case. It went before the Supreme Court. Supreme Court had an interesting take. They said, well, you don't have any level of expectations of privacy when you're traveling from point A to point B publicly. But this thing capturing the image of your car and running it through to see if the license plate tracks with another car that's been stolen, that's how the flock cameras are used.
And can be abused. That's the question. It's potential for abuse. And it's not just license, it's not just plates, and that's kind of the simple system that they're using now, but it could recognize your car based on a particular dent in the corner.
Yes.
And it can also be used for any number of different uses that pertain on facial recognition, vehicle recognition.
As the cameras get better.
As they already are. Once they slap the old AI controllers on it, it's pretty much a open season on anything.
So the Fourth Amendment was established because they didn't want the British soldiers coming into your house and looking around for stuff. So it solved that problem, but now we got the flock cameras.
You might not be accused of committing a crime, but a coast-to-coast network of cameras is still trying to track your vehicle's movements. While some in law enforcement say license plate readers are a big part of the future of policing, the technology is also a privacy nightmare.
Privacy is never about hiding a crime. Privacy is about deciding who gets access to you.
Though multiple companies sell the devices, much of the public's anger has been directed at flock cameras. Flock Safety's network has more than 120,000 cameras across 49 states that capture a vehicle's license plate, make, model, and color. That information is then put in a searchable database for use by law enforcement.
Okay.
Supporters of Flock's system say the technology has helped police locate missing people, recover stolen vehicles, and track down crime suspects. Frustration with the surveillance cameras has boiled over into vandalism in some locations. Thousands of dollars have been donated to online campaigns to fund legal defenses for some of the accused vandals.
Yeah.
Websites like DFlock and Eyes on Flock use crowdsourced data to map out where flock cameras are located and shed more light on which departments have access to the information, while another, Have I Been Flocked, allows users to check if their license plate is among those searched by law enforcement. Lawmakers from both sides of the aisle have criticized the abuses of Flock's technology, with some calling for legislation to bar federal funding for license plate readers. However, half of all states don't have any laws on the books related to license plate readers.
Nick's car somehow got stolen, and it was, I think, 14 days until all of a sudden the insurance company would say, okay, well, we can't find the car. And the boys in blue flock camera took a picture of the license plate. It hit. Cop was sitting there. He goes, hey, that's Curley's wife's car. Then he was able to go to this motel where the guy had the car. He blocked him in there, and we got the car back. Because the camera took a picture of the license plate. License plate was in there as a stolen car, and we got the thing back within 11 days or something like that. So good news all around. Now, geez, do people have a legitimate gripe with the fact that it is a violation of the Fourth, or they feel that it is? Yeah. Now you can get a whole bunch of people to go destroy these cameras. Was it on ChatGPT or something that they're putting out there that inside the flock cameras there's copper and a bunch of other things?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's just, it's Google's AI kind of search results. So you search out what's in a flock camera, and it gives you the AI summary.
Right. They want people to go in there and rip them all up.
Well, I don't think that, I don't think Google wants you to do that. It's just the AI being honest about the precious metals that are inside of the flock cameras.
20,000 people provided alibis for a man who's accused of vandalizing it.
A wild story tonight where it appears nearly 20,000 people have vouched for the whereabouts of a man accused of destroying flock cameras in West Virginia. Thousands of people have publicly said they were with or saw 20-year-old Wesley Jackson during the time he was accused of the crime, with comments such as, couldn't be him. He was helping me replace the roof on a homeless shelter. And I saw him serving at a soup kitchen at the time of the incident. He has pleaded not guilty to the crimes against him.
All right. I know you're against it. And
here's the thing. I don't think if you turn off this camera, you still got that camera. And flock is just one part of a giant puzzle that we're going to have to deal with.
Plus, people upset about you're carrying around a device in your pocket.
Right, exactly.
That allows somebody to be tracking everything you have.
Yeah, there's no, to me,
you have no privacy anymore.
Yeah, you're not making a dent in it if you turn off the flock cameras.
Right.
And you're going to have drones everywhere by the time this becomes such a, instantaneous system of AI facial recognition.
If you're a police chief and you've got a budget and you say, well, we want our guys out there catching criminals, how much time is spent for them to have to try to find stolen cars? Well, they want to spend some, because normally where cop drives along, sees a car, then he's got the light. They had a camera on the car, on the cop's car, that would take a picture of the license plate and then pop up that way. They had that, but then they said, well, how about just a camera? Because then it takes a million photos of every single car that's going by. I remember when we were doing a story in Las Vegas, and the guy showed us exactly how they catch cheaters. Same thing. When you come in the door, the camera takes a picture of you, and they have a list, a facial recognition of all the cheaters that they know. Card counters, they call them cheaters, but it's card counters. So when and all the casinos talk. There's a guy in town. We saw him earlier. Just want to let you know he's out there. So with that, they turn on this switch. When you come in the door, it takes a picture of you, and then your picture goes through the entire database of all the photos, zipping through it, trying to find out if you're one of the people that can card count. And then if it pops up, then they know that, hey, that guy is now here. They send out a warning to all the other casinos. We have him. He's here at Caesars. We're watching him closely.
Right.
And then with that, the camera zooms in. Now, that is in a casino. That is a private place where you give up any sort of expectation of privacy because you're already in there. So they're watching you there.
Well, and meanwhile, everybody's focused on Flock and the word Flock and the company Flock. But a lot of these companies and a lot of these police departments are already switching to Axon. I think it is. The body camera company that's doing the exact same thing. So everybody's attention is diverted here. They've got other companies popping up. You won't know the name of them. And the cameras are going to get so small, you're not going to have any idea where they are at some point.
And it's just about manpower, right? If you've got, 500 people or what are they, 16 or 20 people that could be out at night working. The same thing with the gunshot technology. You can know where the gunshot comes from. It's just going to be easier to be able to locate where it came from because you're trying to utilize a certain number of manpower hours on the street. And if the Flock thing helps catch stolen cars, because the cops here and the chief of police will hear and the rest of the city council here, doesn't matter what city you're in, hey, let's do something about all these stolen cars. Okay, what can you do about it? You can't hire more cops. So you have the cameras. Use the advantage of the technology to be able to find somebody's car. I looked up. Flock says they said 1 million crime investigations. 50% of stolen cars are recovered with Flock. Now that's from Flock.
Of course.
Take her with a grain of salt.
The toothpaste is out of the tube a little bit on this. I was banging the drum 6 months ago.
I know you were. Nobody heard you, Joe.
Cared.
They were just too big. You're just too busy talking about not having gonorrhea.
It's true.
Everybody off.
I've never had gonorrhea.
Okay, here comes Nate checking traffic.
This one brought to you by Global Credit Union. South 5 into Seattle. Still bumper to bumper from about Ravenna there in the U District down to I-90. Linwood to Seattle, a 25-minute drive. North 5, scattered backups on the West Seattle Bridge to the Ship Canal Bridge, 25 minutes from bridge to bridge. Crossing the lake into Seattle, westbound 520, all clear until you reach Montlake. And westbound 90, we're stop and go from West Mercer Way all the way to I-5. South 405, bumper to bumper from Northeast 8th and Bellevue, all the way to Northeast 44th near the VMAC and Renton. So Bellevue to Renton right now is at 40 minutes. That's a good 10-minute delay. Seattle to Federal Way, looking good, down to 25 minutes. Tacoma to Olympia, now less than 40 minutes. And on the water, the Mukilteo-Clinton ferry route has a 90-minute wait for drivers in Clinton. Mukilteo has a 1-hour wait, and the Edmonds-Kingston route, a 1-hour wait for drivers at both terminals. Global Credit Union, where members enjoy no-fee accounts and early payday with direct deposit. Learn more at globalcu.org. KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Ever notice that parts of the house just don't seem to work? The closets are all jammed up. The garage becomes useless. The pantry is a mess, and you just live with it. Closets by Design. They come in there, and they don't just do closets. They do garage, laundry room, home offices, wall beds. Just about anything is going to help you to be more organized. And nothing is off the shelf. They try to customize everything for you. But you don't pay the customized price. 40% off plus 15% off and 18 months 0% financing on approved credit when paid in full. 1-800-BY-DESIGN. That's Closets by Design. ClosetsByDesign.com.
A wildfire disaster unfolding just east of us.
The Spokane fires
destroyed hundreds of homes and forced tens of thousands to evacuate.
Unprecedented stories of loss, devastation, and heartbreak.
It was a beautiful home. It really was.
And there was a lot of terror because it's loud, it's hot.
Join KIRO News Radio in doing whatever you can for our neighbors in Spokane. See how you can help at mynorthwest.com.
7 locations across Western Washington and a track record of success for their clients. Allow yourself to recover while Harold Carr Law Offices handles your insurance paperwork and settlement. Carr spelled with 2 R's. C-A-R-R. CarLaw.com. C-A-R-R. Car accident, call Carr.
Spike O'Neill here. If your loved one's caregiver is planning a vacation or just needs a break, why not consider Aegis Living Respite Care? A short-term stay that provides 24/7 expert care, Aegis Living amenities, and peace of mind for you and your family. Go to aegisliving.com/spike to schedule a visit today.
Summer is for sunshine.
It's a beautiful day out for baseball here at T-Mobile Park.
Summer is for moonshots.
He just absolutely obliterates this! Multi-homer game, Cole Young!
Summer is for Mariners baseball.
Emerson is racing over, slides up! He makes the catch! Incredible!
So listen for the cheers and follow your ears to T-Mobile Park. Because where else can you travel to on a ferry boat and then eat crab nachos out of a ferry boat?
How sweet it is!
It is the sweetest, Rick. Mariners baseball. Tridents up.
Don't miss out on fireworks night this summer at T-Mobile Park. The Mariners are kicking off Players Weekend with the next show on Friday, August 21st against the Cubs, featuring a playlist curated by your favorite guys on the team. Go to mariners.com/fireworks to get your tickets and check out the complete lineup. Presented by T-Mobile.
Jane is a small business owner. Tell them what that's like, Jane.
Yeah, well, it's like a roller coaster with a lot of ups and downs, and some days things can feel like they're flying off the rails.
Yep, it's a lot. But the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business can help you manage it all. With the largest, fastest fiber-powered network designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect.
Nice. So everything stays on track.
The Total Solutions Advantage. No one does business like Comcast Business.
The more solutions you add, the more you save. Get started today with a qualifying internet package for as low as $60 a month when you add an advanced solution. Plus, new customers, ask how to get up to $1,500 in prepaid cards when you add 2 lines of mobile to a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and automatic payments with bank account required. $60 offer requires 300 meg internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. Equipment, tax, and fees extra. Prepaid card offers end 9/13/2026.
Our founders believed that freedom wasn't just a word. It was a way of life. The freedom to move forward, the freedom to pursue what matters most, the freedom to live fully. But aging has a way of taking those freedoms away. That's why there's Longevity Medical Clinic. John Curley here. My best move was becoming a patient of Longevity Medical Clinic years ago, and second best move, getting my wife, Nicole, to join me this year. Stop guessing and start working with a doctor who knows your goals and get personalized care designed around you, not the average patient. Discover what's holding you back and what can help you thrive with longevity. Aging is natural, but some of the effects are undesirable, and you don't want to have to just accept it. So this year, as we celebrate 250 years of freedom, ask yourself a simple question. Are you living with the freedom you deserve? Get real answers about your health and get your free health analysis at Longevity Medical Clinic. Find out more at lmclinic.com.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
Thinking about a new roof or exterior upgrade, but worried about the cost? This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We've created our summertime savings event to make it simple and affordable. Save up to $3,000 off your exterior project or get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest up to 24 months. And every qualifying GAF roof is backed by our lifetime Golden Pledge warranty. One call gets you started. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today. Held to a higher standard since 1968.
It's the little things at Subaru of Puyallup, a team that listens, straightforward pricing. Through August 31st, incredible financing on select models during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership.
The John Curley Show mailbag is brought to you by Advanced Hair Restoration.
Thank you, Advanced Hair Restoration. I believe we have a new song. Who's this from?
Boat Worker Seth.
Boat Worker Seth. Here we go.
I'm a mailman. I'm a mailman. I got love letters in my pocket. I'm your friendly socket to you. Mailman.
Ooh, wow. I like it.
There's some postage due. You know it's real
Give it a shot.
Like an old guy at a wedding.
Okay, that's
all right, there we go. That's enough.
okay.
Okay, we let her there first. Take care of all the rest. Here we go.
Jamestown and Eastlake says, wait, was the sandwich like in the fridge over the weekend?
Yes, it was.
Unsupervised? That's like leaving Teeny unattended.
Don't even bring it up. I am like on a 1 to 5. 5 is like hurling. I'm on a 3 right now.
I know.
Seen in the YouTube, you seen YouTube, 11th commandment, thou shalt not question the radio show host. Thank you guys for correcting me on the 12th commandments.
Scott on board the Lunacia in Edmonds says, hey, next time Curly wants that song that he rocks out to, play Stephen Bishop's On and On instead. Somebody's ripping off somebody.
It's Keith Urban is going on tour with that song. Yeah, this is Stephen Bishop's cover.
Jamaica, they got lots of pretty women. Steal your money, then they break your heart.
Okay. You're up.
Kelly360 says the Bucky song was awesome today, guys.
That's right. Jen in Scottsdale said, I love the Bucky spot today, John and Joe. Nate, I'm disappointed you didn't chime in. Superb harmony. I put my Zoom meeting on hold just for it. The cat part was so good.
Yeah, okay. 425, kind of that 70s porno vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Paul in Sammamish says, speaking of tag, who remembers Smear the Curly? I think that's what it was called.
Kill the Cow. We used to play Kill the Cow, too. Nini in the 206 says, John, surely you played cigarette tag, right? Is that we just yell at a type of cigarette? I think so, probably. Yeah.
Huh, okay. I don't know. The WNBA's political pickle, Roland in the 425 says, this reminds me of the whole concept behind the movie Police Academy and Citizens on Patrol. We're just going to let everybody be a police officer, so we exclude nobody. Remember how that went? Beep, beep, boop, boop.
Okay. Joel in Snohomish says, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills here. Sure, I'm kind of an atheist.
Song Lee in Edgewood says, John, I totally agree about sports. However, Chef from the G and Ursula show think it should be allowed.
Okay. John in Enumclaw says, everybody should watch Mel Brooks' History of the World Parts 1 and 2. Okay, we'll do that tonight.
Fernando in Seattle says, so are these guys going to cut off their ding-a-lings to fully transition just to play in the WNBA?
Keep your ding-a-lings.
I'll get this one, too. It's long.
Okay.
Hee-Haw Aaron says, I decided I might start my own trans basketball team. I'm still working on the name, but the one I've come up with so far...
No, you can't say
all right,
this.
fine, go, move on.
Mike in Port Orchard says, thou shalt not steal from Mel Brooks.
2 commandments. Zuckerberg, Jerry in the 206 says, this is why I don't take my heart medicine. A heart attack is preferred to the couch rot humans AI future.
Wow. Tom in Bothell, his yacht has a small tender. Oh, yes. And they could have released it. Go down. Yeah, okay. Yes, you're right, Tom.
And now it is time for the letter of the day.
Thank you, Teeny.
I'm going to do 2 today. One is for fun. One is for...
It's exciting.
I know. Here's the fun one. Elliot on a ship in Texas. This is about you talking about wooden boats. He says, yeah, I'm really going to listen to John's advice about avoiding wooden boats. I'll invest all my money in giant pumpkins and barns in Cle Elum instead. That sounds more profitable.
Ouch. And
okay.
I'm ill.
And here's one from the heart. Bucket List Kelly. She says, John, thank you very much for wearing the Bucket List Race Team hat today. We at Bucket List Racing enjoy your show daily, and hydroplane racing very much needs support and exposure in the Northwest. Again, thank you, Kelly Stockton, owner of Bucket List Racing, a dedicated John Curley Show listener.
Right there. I got a big hug from his wife, Kelly.
That's all she wrote.
His wife isn't Kelly. He's Kelly.
I don't know. One of those names you just can't be sure. Thanks, Kelly.
Thank you, everybody. Here comes Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
Thank you, John. South 5, bumper to bumper from the U District in the downtown. North 5, scattered backups between the West Seattle Bridge and Ship Canal Bridge. Crossing the lake into Seattle from Bellevue, 20 minutes on 520. You're all clear until you hit Montlake, where it jams up over to I-5. 25 minutes on I-90. We're stop and go from West of Mercer Way to I-5. South 405, bumper to bumper from Southeast 8th to the VMAC. Bellevue to Renton at 35 minutes. Federal Way to Tacoma, less than 20 now. And Everett to Marysville has totally cleared out. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Eric Johnson here. I covered a lot of accidents over the past 30 years or so, but I never got to say much about what to do after a crash. Be honest, do you know what evidence to collect, what pictures to take, what documents to request, or what you shouldn't say to your insurance company? The Washington Accident Book Series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the roads throw at them. Know your rights and how to avoid common mistakes after an accident by getting your free copy at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
If you care about keeping groceries affordable, listen up. Seattle City Hall is considering an ordinance that could put grocery discounts, rewards, and coupons at risk. The mayor's proposed fair pricing ordinance could have the exact opposite outcome and make everyday living more expensive. Protect Seattle Savings is working with the mayor's office to improve the proposal and keep costs down. But we could use your help. Visit ProtectSeattleSavings.com to learn more and join the cause. This message is supported by Safeway.
I was walking my dog. I fell and ended up with 3 tears in my meniscus. I was sent to a surgeon and they said the only way to get this fixed is to have surgery. That just wasn't an option. I didn't want to jump into surgery without trying anything else.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. We offer Jamie an alternative to the downtime and potential risks associated with invasive knee surgery. At Sound Pain Solutions, we help patients like Jamie avoid the side effects of painkillers, cortisone injections, and pain following surgery. Our comprehensive approach includes treatments like pressure wave, PRP, and advanced laser. These treatments reduce pain and restore mobility naturally. Now Jamie is able to do everything she enjoys without pain.
I'm grateful for being able to wake up every day and not be in pain. To be able to go about my day has been amazing.
Schedule a free consultation to learn if you qualify for our non-surgical and drug-free joint treatments at soundpainsolutions.com.
Did you know that nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all? That may be the reason why your home is way too hot in the summer and way too cold in the winter. It may also be the reason that your energy bills are sky high. Right now, Insulation Northwest is offering a free inspection of your home's insulation. This is a $199 value and it's absolutely free, no obligation. Just call today and Insulation Northwest will arrange a time that works with your schedule. We'll perform a thorough exam of your home's insulation and give you the advice you need to start saving thousands. Everyone who calls today will also receive a free infrared screening of your home using the latest technology. This will help reveal any hidden flaws in your home's protective energy blanket. What do you have to lose? It only takes about an hour and it's absolutely free. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6000.